Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for three.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York. Don.
She fell in love with the sex.
Hahn.
Sauce was everywhere.
And Rosenberg.
If you want to stay up, he's got the energy that matters.
This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The best threesome I've ever heard.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
3 o'clock in the big city. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg full frontal today. We're with you until 7 o'clock. No Peter, but Alan and I will hold down the fort until 7 o'clock. Then it's Ty Butler leading you in to our coverage of the NBA Cup championship game from Vegas, Knicks and the Spurs. And it's just odd. Just odd. Like, I'm driving in today, and I listened to Michael's Open.
Oh, no.
And he's trying to explain to people why he's looking forward to this game, how great it's going to be. Wemby versus Brunson. Knicks have a chance to win the third ever NBA Cup. Normally, there wouldn't be a game today. And if there were a game, it would be a December regular season game that would not have any kind of meaning. Now we've been given this gift of a championship. Not the championship, but a championship.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought to myself, it is odd that you have to talk this up, right? Like, this is not, I think, how it was planned out to be, that in one of the cities that's participating in this game tonight, one of the hosts of the show where the team's game is going to be on has to sell the audience about how important it is. But that's where we live. We live in this world now where it's championship or bust. Like, nothing else matters.
Nope.
Tank to get the first overall pick so we can get the quarterback so we can win the championship. Forget these regular season games. Rest guys down the stretch. We don't want them getting hurt in meaningless games at the end of the year. We want them rested for the playoffs because it's all about a championship. And that's our mentality. So when you're given the gift of this mid-season thing, that I'm not telling you is the end-all, be-all, but it's kind of a cool thing that I think you'd want to win. I'm arguing with people who don't care. I'm arguing with people that are actually rooting against the Knicks tonight. It is odd. We touched on it a little bit yesterday, but I'm just wondering what the pulse is as we are now hours away from this game. Are you watching? Are you hate watching? Are you at the edge of your seat hoping they win the game? Are you chewing your nails down to the bone hoping somebody doesn't get hurt? I mean, what are your emotions going into this game tonight?
Yeah, I think the last part you said is something I was thinking about today when I was listening to that back and forth about, like the winning and losing and what matters and what doesn't matter, and the idea of the Knicks winning this would be so typical, or the Knicks losing this would be so typical, right? And I stopped and I said, no. The typical thing will be someone gets hurt. And that's nobody wants that. The league doesn't want. Like, that's the scariest part. It hasn't happened, and you don't expect it to. But that, to me, is the only thing that if you want to be negative about it, that's your concern because it doesn't count. This game, the Knicks will go into this game 18-7.
Right.
They will leave this game 18-7, regardless of a win or a loss.
Right.
Doesn't matter. They will go into the game Thursday in Indiana on a winning streak, regardless of what happens tonight. Okay? So those are all the things that we know. But to have like this problem with it that I don't get. Do I love it? I'm not saying I love it. Am I like watching it like you said? Am I at the edge of my seat and all? If there's 2 minutes to go and it's a close game, might lean forward because it's a good game, right?
Yeah.
And there's something on the line. But am I going into it with this great anticipation? Are there watch parties like and stuff like that? No. I'm just saying for people that don't get it, understand this. They've been doing this in Europe forever, soccer and basketball. This happens all the time. They have these in-the-season separate things that they play for, little trophies and little things to play for. And if you don't understand it, anybody that played high school basketball, you'll know what I'm talking about. This is the time of year, high school basketball. What do we have, everybody? What do you remember when your non-league schedule, before your league schedule really kicks in? What do we have? Christmas tournaments, holiday tournaments. Mm-hmm. We all do this. 4 teams go somewhere, And 4 teams, they'll play each other on Friday night, and on Sunday afternoon you'll play in the championship if you win on Friday night. And that's it. And you know what you get? A plaque. Do you get a banner? Do you get a plaque? It doesn't matter. But you win. So we're keeping score, and at the end of this little thing, this little tournament, somebody's going to be the winner. And I'd like to win. So that's all that matters. If you're a fan of your team, you care about this game tonight because it's the culmination of a bunch of games that were played that lead to one team that didn't lose. One team. And you want that to be your team. After that, we move back into the regular scheduled programming. That's it. So look at it that way. If your team is playing, do you remember the ECAC Holiday Festival St. John's used to play all the time?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Did it matter? No.
Oh, listen,
but
I
did it matter
called
if they
some
won?
of those games.
Yeah, but it mattered if they won.
Right. That was the first time I did a television play-by-play.
I love
it. For the Holiday Festival. I did both games of the doubleheader. I think it was.
Who was playing?
It was Rutgers. I gotta look it up. This is going back over a decade ago.
Oh yeah,
and then St. John's would play Fordham.
Yeah,
right?
It was always local.
And it was Rutgers played somebody like maybe Iona, something
Wagner,
like that.
Wagner,
And it was a doubleheader, and you did both games. MSG had it.
Yeah.
And it was fun. One time I did sidelines, and Mike Raspino did the play-by-play.
Crispy.
And the next year I did the play-by-play, and John Rothstein worked with sideline. And it was a lot of fun.
So just think of it that way.
Yeah,
it's just that.
Yeah, I'm going to take you. So I'm going to go there.
All right, let's go.
Okay. Because I remember my dad telling me about this, and I looked it up today just to get through everything. This is very similar.
Okay.
To the very first Super Bowl. Okay?
The
very first Super Bowl was not called Super Bowl I.
No.
It was called First World Championship Game, AFL versus NFL. And there were people, especially on the NFL side, why are we playing this game? We just won our championship. Now I got to play this fugazi game against this yo-yo league.
Fakaka league.
And then Green Bay goes in and says, okay, they wiped the floor with Kansas City. The next year they wiped their floor with the Oakland Raiders. And then it became a thing when the Jets won. And then it became the Super Bowl and all that.
Wasn't that the first one that was called Super Bowl? The third one?
The third one was called the Super Bowl.
Right.
So it wasn't the Super Bowl. And I looked it up. The game was at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. There were 62,000 people there. So tons of empty seats.
Yeah, it seats what?
It got I think it
the
holds,
Coliseum sat what, 90?
It holds over 93,000 people.
Okay.
How much it held in 1967, I'm sure it wasn't 62,000 people.
Yeah.
So there's 30,000 empty seats at the building, okay? The television audience for the game for then, now it was on both CBS and NBC, so it got a monster number. A total of 51 million people watched, which, considering what ratings were back then, it's probably not that many people, right? Because you could be the number one television show now. 30 years ago, it would have gotten you canceled.
Right.
The numbers they were different.
Yeah.
The point I'm making is that in the very beginning of the Super Bowl, it was like the NFL team was like, we already won our championship. This is some sort of an exhibition. And then it grew into becoming
the game
that it is today. Yeah. I don't think the NBA Cup is ever going to grow to that because it's never going to surpass going to win a championship.
But
is it possible that, because we're only in the third year of this, that hey, this could still age well. And then 10, 15 years from now, this is something that's coveted, and you may look back and be one of those teams that won it as a big deal. Remember when the Green Bay Packers walk off the field beating Kansas City, you're like, all right, we already proved we were champion. We did it again. But now it's aged to where that's bigger than their NFL championship because they won a Super Bowl that wasn't even called the Super Bowl at the time. It's never going to get to that level. But could it grow into becoming something bigger? So why not have your name listed among the champions? Why not go out there and win the damn game? You got to play it. You're going to watch it because it's your favorite team. Why do we get so caught up in all of the conspiracy theories?
Because that's how we are. We are now. Because it's now, and as we were discussing ways to put the fans in it and make the fans care, because all anybody's pushing, and I feel like now it's too much. If I'm the league, I don't love this. Is that everything's about how much money the players are getting.
I don't like it either. Michael was talking about that too.
Because
that should not be the angle.
But it's becoming it because it's the only way you can prove that the players care. Why do they care? Well, the money's on the line. And then there's people who think $500,000 to somebody making $40 million a year is nothing. When I remind people, it's not about how much. It's the fact that money's on the table. Because if you've ever been in these environments, and I have, a guy will put $20 down on the court in practice and say, I'll make 5 here before you make 5.
Right.
And then the guy puts throws 20 down on the court. And you know that's like the most important 5 shots they're ever going to shoot that day. Because you know why? It's not about how much. It's the ego. I beat you, and I got your money. That's all it is. So it's the same thing. If you ever been to the park and people are putting if NBA players could for one game bet on each other, I'm betting on me and I'm putting $500,000. I get $500,000 if I beat you. You don't think that now it matters? So that part is different than the players and how much money they get to have because they already have a ton of money. Why do they need more? That's just about ego. But I do agree, though, that in the future the NBA does have to consider how do you get fans to care more?
Right.
Is do what we talked about yesterday. Do some incentive so fans are invested in this thing and they benefit from it some way.
But, if the players show like they care, fans will get caught up in it.
Well, they like it be entertained.
That's why the Four Nations worked in hockey last year because you're seeing line brawls, you're seeing these guys blocking shots, killing themselves, representing their country. People get caught up in that.
Yep.
And if the players care, and maybe they care because they want to win the money or they want to win the cup, whatever, but if you watch the game tonight, you see the Knicks and the Spurs busting it, really wanting it, you'll get caught up in it. If you see them going through the motions,
that's not happening.
And they're taking Wemby out because he's on a minutes limit and the game doesn't matter.
Well, he will be.
Those are the things that are going to turn people off. But I think you're going to see 2 teams going at it, wanting to win. The commercial that they put out over the last couple of years where they're in the restaurants and they're all battling for that's what fans want to see. Mm-hmm. Not, hey, I got a chance to make $500,000.
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
Yeah.
Let's take what will be a meaningless game today and make it meaningful, but it's kind of fugazi, it's kind of contrived. We love sports because these guys are balling out, and if they're balling out tonight, you can get caught up in it. So let's see what they bring to the table. Let's see how bad. I'm not going to blame you for not caring. And again, I think your level of I think if you're treating this like an actual championship, then I think something's wrong with you. If you're hate watching or not going to watch at all, then I'd have to question how big a fan you are.
That
somewhere in between is the answer of, hey, this would be kind of cool. But if we lose, am I going to lose sleep? Am I going to cry on my pillow? Am I going to call in sick the next day to work? No, of course not.
No.
But you know what? On December 16th, we got a Knick game. It's the biggest game the Knicks have ever played on December 17th or 16th, right? It's the biggest game they'll ever play in the regular season.
All right.
And Knick fans are crazy, right? They love their team. And I've been saying it. I don't think you should go take the 7th Avenue tonight.
Mm-mm.
And I don't think you should be, burning jerseys if they lose. But just have some fun with it, man. Why not win it? You've come this far. Why not take it?
Yeah, and that's all it's about.
But it is odd.
And that's what you're expecting.
Now,
and that's all it should be about. And by the way, because I called a friend of mine in the league, because we've been talking about this, and this notion about the banner. All right, the league does not mandate the banner in the arena. The Lakers put it up the first year, and that was the whole thing. We were there. I was there when they raised the banner, or they revealed the banner, I should say, among the 17 that they'd already won. And I kind of to some of their guys, I was like, what are you guys doing? Why would you hang this? And they were suggesting, the league really wants this promoted as meaningful, and hanging a banner shows that it's meaningful. Right. But I wanted to make sure, because I said, there's actually some consternation here in New York about if the Knicks win this game, they're going to have to hang a banner next to the 1973 World Championship banner, and that will feel like, something doesn't fit here. That doesn't belong there. And I was told, no, it is not. It's not mandated. The team could certainly do it, and they could also choose to just hang it in their training facility. They don't have to put it in the arena if they don't want to.
But
it's probably the right thing to do.
But it's not mandated. But if the commissioner of the NBA strongly suggests, you probably want to do it, right?
But here's the question, Don. Again, remove the fan thinking, and you be an owner or a team president. Does that banner represent anything to you?
Yeah. I think it represents something.
It's success in some way, doesn't it?
It's success.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's success. We were the best at this in the NBA. Hang it.
Yeah.
I think that's, again, if I'm looking at it strictly from I'm an owner or I'm a president of basketball operations and we just accomplished something, I would probably say, no, I want it up. Do I want it next to 73? Probably not.
No,
but I want it somewhere.
It's not going to be as big as the championship banners, and there's not going to be, a huge ceremony where they're bringing back the 94 team, they're bringing back the 99 team. The game's delayed an hour and a half because it's a big they're not doing
the reunion of the 25
you're going to show
Cup champs.
You're going to show up to that game and maybe the banner's already up. But it's going to be there right next to if you go to the Rock, right? The Devils have the 87-88 Patrick Division playoff champ because they win the Patrick Division.
What?
But they won or
the Knicks have those, the division champs,
division championships, or they throw up, some consecutive sellouts or whatever. There's banners.
Yeah.
I was in Ottawa the other day, and they got they retired Chris Neal's number. Chris Neal.
Wow.
Just because Because he just beat people up for a decade.
Mr.
And they
Senator.
love him. But that's what they want to do. They put the banner up. So what?
Yeah.
What do you want to look at? I know they've got the pinwheel. They've actually have a very attractive roof compared to some places.
It is a place your eyes do go up.
Catwalk or whatever. But if you ever travel around, and Alan and I are lucky enough to do it in the NHL and the NBA respectively, that when you walk around the arenas and you take a look at the banners and see some of the banners, I'm like,
yeah,
really?
Yeah,
that guy's numbers are tired.
How about attendance record?
Yeah, different things.
Attendance champions. I've seen that.
Yeah,
I forget what arena it is, but there's like an attendance champion, meaning they had the most total audience of any other team in the league.
Or the number of consecutive sellouts.
They have that. Yeah.
We've got the Garden already's got a banner for Billy Joel for consecutive nights at the Garden.
That's another.
The consecutive sellouts for
Harry Styles.
And what's the other one? The one that Mike Brownshire loves and Bob She's a Fish. The Fish one.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's that one too.
The Baker's Dozen.
That's
13
what it is.
straight sellout.
Right.
Take a look at some of the banners, and they may not mean anything to somebody out of town, and it maybe won't mean anything to Knick fans, but it's going to be there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So get over it. But they have to still win it. And I tell you what, one thing we know we're not talking about, this matchup. It's kind of compelling.
It is.
Wembanyama is probably not going to start again, and he'll be in a minutes restriction because he have to be. He's, by the way, calf strain he's coming back from. We all know when you hear calf strain, what do we all do?
Oh, yeah,
right?
Achilles.
And not that guy. So in a game that doesn't mean anything, they're going to be extra cautious with him to make sure that he's fine. He looked pretty good against the Thunder. But so there is opportunity here. But it is amazing when you think about it. He's 7'4" or 5. I forget what the latest is because he continues to grow. And he's great. And then there's Jalen Brunson, who's 6'1", and he's great. Don't you find that to be a compelling matchup, right? So you have that. You have New York versus San Antonio, which all goes back to 99, and we remember that whole series and that whole story.
No, it should be fun. It's a good
there's
test
a lot
for both
going
teams.
on here.
And listen, would it have been better if it were the Thunder? Because then you could really sell it as
it would feel.
Because if the Knicks were playing the Thunder in a regular season matchup, it'd be a big deal because it's a test. So we did miss that. Did miss the boat just a little bit on that.
I agree,
but it's still cool. But it depends on the circles you run in. James tweeted, "I was just behind a school bus and a kid got off the bus wearing a Knicks sweatshirt. I'm sitting here driving my car in a Knicks T-shirt.
There you go.
My 6th grader can't wait to watch the game tonight. I think this matters more than the talking heads admit." All right, that's good to hear. I want to hear that. That's why we're taking the calls. I'll be watching. Alan's going to be watching. I know Jacob's a big Knick fan. He's going to be watching. The Rangers are on, so Anthony's got to struggle.
Out.
The Rangers
can't miss the Rangers.
Listen, if you just talked up Knicks Spurs because of 99. We got Rangers Canucks 94. Yeah, that's a face-off you're going to lose.
They bringing Richter. Are they bringing Richter back? What are we doing?
That's right. No, bring it. Yeah,
Could use some of the forwards.
We're gonna have them out on the ice.
They're flying in Sergio Momesso to represent the the Canucks.
That's a
Will
right?
Cooley was on the graphic today, but to my knowledge, I don't think he missed practice.
I
think he's
need
fine.
strange pull. That was phenomenal. Sergio Momesso. That's a good one.
You bring back Sergio Momesso for Vancouver. I'm trying to think
Trevor
of somebody.
Linden.
Yeah. Trevor Linden.
Bure played for both teams.
Yes,
Jeff
he did.
Sanderson.
Jeff Sanderson. Good one.
Yeah, Pavel Bure.
Who was their tough guy? They had. Who was the one though? They had one dude that was like a tough guy. The Canucks, big dude.
And you know who their goaltender was, right? It was
Kirk
McLean.
McLean.
And that was one of that was the trivia question.
Devil goalie, right?
Well, that's because the trivia question for the Devil game was they had to go down to 9 to get 3 former Devils. Of the top 9 all-time winners in Canucks history, 3 played for the Devils. Can you name the 3?
Ooh.
And 2 are easy because they're of recent vintage.
Yep.
But then the one that a lot of people wouldn't have gotten is Kirk McLean, who was drafted by the Devils and then ended up in Vancouver. The other one was Markstrom, won 99 games, and then Corey Schneider, who was a part of our broadcast.
Forgot about Corey Schneider.
Former Canuck.
Okay, that's a good one. Yeah.
King
Who's
Richard
very good, by the
Brodeur
way.
is also on that list of.
Richard
Roberto
Brodeur.
Luongo's number 1, but King
I
Richard
remember
Brodeur was up there.
Richard Brodeur, 1980. Which one was that? That cup? 81? No, 82.
82.
But that was
Now,
sweet.
We bring this up because Anthony
Tiger
will be a little
Williams.
bit torn tonight, but the Ranger Canucks is at 7, so he'll be able to.
Oh, you'll be done.
And then by the time we get to the second half of the Knick game, the Rangers will all be done.
Oh, yeah.
They'll have their 2 points in their pocket, right, Anthony?
Two. Look at him.
Well, I hope so.
And second of back-to-backs, tough, but Vancouver's
But
not a great
again, it still is a bit of a measuring stick game because there's a sense that the West is the stronger conference. The Spurs are a good team. They don't sleep on them. By the way, college basketball fans, Stephon Castle, UConn, he's really good. Second year, really good. And by the way, Dylan Harper, for you Rutgers fans, he's up for Rookie of the Year. He's really talented, and he's a big part of their early season success as well. So there's 2 guys locally that you should know about. And then De'Aaron Fox used to play for Mike Brown in Sacramento. And so so they got some really good guards. We only know Victor Wembanyama. That's all we know with the Spurs. But there's more to that team. And those 3 guys I mentioned are a huge part of why they're a really good team this year. So it's going to be a fun game.
All right, your thoughts on it. What are you doing? How into it are you? 1-800-919-3776. We got some baseball to talk about. Things heating up a little bit on the hot stove. We've got to talk about it Tuesday at 4:30. We've got ENN at 6. We've got a full show today, right up till 7 o'clock, and Ty Butler, who's going to lead you in to the NBA Cup championship game from Vegas, the Knicks and the Spurs, right here on ESPN New York.
Hey guys, the holidays are here, and I want to tell you about Amazon Pickup, the ultimate convenience play. We all know Amazon is part of everyday life, but Amazon Pickup takes it to the next level, especially during the holiday rush. If you're on the go like me, you could send your orders to a secure Amazon Pickup location that works best for you. It's a great way to keep gifts a secret until it's time to wrap them. Life doesn't slow down this time of year. Amazon lockers and counters are located near you, so no matter where your day takes you, your package is ready when you are. For me, Amazon Pickup gives me the flexibility to grab gifts and packages on my schedule, whether it's on a quick lunchtime break, during my commute, or while the baby naps. It's simple. Order online, and at checkout, just choose the pickup location that's most convenient. You'll get an email confirmation when it's ready with instructions to pick it up. Quick, secure, and always at no cost. Check it out for yourself. Go to Amazon.com/pickupMVP to learn more. That's Amazon.com/pickupMVP.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian is always in pursuit of a better way to heal the spine. We're getting more people moving again with minimally invasive, non-surgical, and surgical treatments with innovative solutions for every back and spine condition and your unique needs. Expert Spine Care is available now across New York City and Westchester. Find a doctor at nyp.org/oxspine. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
New York Lottery's holiday scratch-off games are the perfect gift for everyone on your list.
Like me, your Aunt Jules. I told you I didn't need a gift this year, but I secretly really want one.
Or me, your neighbor Frank. I hope you didn't forget I'm coming to your holiday party tonight.
Or me. Why does no one ever think of the voiceover guy? Anyway, New York Lottery's holiday scratch-off games have more winners and top prizes up to $5,000. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. During the More to Move You event, lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-30 2.5S all-wheel drive for $159 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN SM839072. MSRP $26,690. Zero security deposit. Ends 1/2/26.
Too much on your list this season? Get 50% off your first 6 months of payroll at gusto.com/radio. Gusto saves you 2 days every month on payroll, taxes, and compliance. So you can go from making payroll to making gingerbread houses, checking your books to decking the halls, spreadsheets to snow angels. Switch before the end of the year and there's no need to transfer payroll history. Now that's a reason to be merry. Choose a future with Gusto and get more time for what matters. For a limited time, get 50% off your first 6 months at gusto.com/radio.
Fellas, it's the season to shine, and not just from the holiday lights. Manscaped is here to keep you looking sharp for every holiday party, family photo, and mistletoe moment. The Lawnmower 5, groin and body trimmer, and the Chairman Plus face shaver deliver precision, comfort, and control worthy of Santa's nice list. I've been good and nice. Whether you're tidying up before a big night out or preparing for New Year's Eve, Manscaped has your back. And your face too, to be exact. So gift yourself with some grooming greatness this season, because looking good is the best gift of all. And now you can find Manscaped products at your local Walmart.
Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, Alan.
It's time. It's totally time.
Oh, it's a busy night. We've been talking about it. The Knicks and the Spurs from Vegas. NBA Cup Finals coverage right here after Ty Butler on 880 at 8 o'clock. Rangers host the Canucks. You can hear that game on 1050 at 6:30. St. John's and DePaul. That game is going to be streamed on the ESPN New York app beginning at 6:40. And the Detroit Red Wings are facing off against the Islanders, and that'll be at 7 o'clock. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. So let's get to the busy phones, and they are busy. Let's go to let's start it off with Cullum in the Bronx. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, man?
What's up, Cole?
Donald, Hollywood Hahn, what's going on?
What's up?
The conversation you guys are having about the NBA Cup, in my opinion, Alan, you know I am an absolute diehard Knicks fan. And I wanted the Knicks to absolutely make the NBA Cup because every single game is a regular season game leading up to it. And personally, as a Knicks fan, I think the Knicks need to win every game as possible because I think they're a championship caliber team. And you want an easier road. You don't want to have to face the Magic and the Pacers, and maybe in round one to play like a 6-seed Celtics and have a tough road. You want to have the easiest road possible, so everything that mattered. But as a diehard Knicks fan, I'm looking at this game as simply as, guess what? I get an extra game to watch the Knicks, and that's all that matters. I get to watch the Knicks. It'll be a good game. It'll be exciting. I get to watch my team, and I'm happy with that.
So how about
it doesn't
this,
mean
Cole?
anything, but I'm happy.
Right. See, how about this, Cole? This is one of the rare occasions, other than the preseason, that you can watch the Knicks, and if they lose, you don't care. If they win, you feel good. But you don't, like, the loss doesn't crush you. Is that fair? You're like,
Yeah,
whatever.
absolutely.
They lost, whatever. But, when do you ever feel that way? Because I know Knick fans. Every loss is almost like a personal attack, the way they feel it. And so this is one of those rare occasions that during the regular season, the Knicks can lose. Like, you can only win. Because if they win, you feel great. And if they lose, you're like, whatever.
The cool thing about this, Cullum, and thank you for the phone call, you'd be way more interested in this if the Knicks were not in the conversation to win a championship.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like if one of those 19-win Knick teams
like
went
a
on a
lost
run,
year? Yeah.
why wouldn't you have fun with it? But I think part of the reason you don't care is you've got bigger fish to fry. We understand that.
Mm-hmm.
But in the meantime, that's not till June. We got a lot of basketball. So up until then, you've got something to sink your teeth into. And I love Cullum's thought. I love the Knicks. I'm going to get 83 games instead of 82 in the regular season. I'm going to get an extra game. There'd be no game tonight.
It's a good attitude.
And now you got a game. Spike and St. Pete, you're on ESPN New York. What's up, man?
Hey, Spike.
Hey, this is wonderful. Now, first of all, I'm thinking of Greg Popovich. Greg Popovich brought two guys over. Alan, you're going to be right on with this. Keldon Johnson was his favorite guy. He was the stabilizer when he brought him over. And the draft pick where the San Francisco or Golden State dynasty started, Alan's always brought this up. Their highest draft pick was Harrison Barnes.
Mm-hmm.
He brought him over. Now they start Barnes, Castle, Vassell, Fox, and Wembanyama is the other starter, but he won't start tonight. It's very interesting to me because Vassell can really stick it. He's a 40% shooter out of Kentucky. Castle is a beast coming out of UConn. He'll learn how to shoot a little better. Fox is, I used to think of Fox as D'Angelo Russell, but better. Now I think of him much better. Wembanyama, I said this the other day, Alan, you know my history of my buddy who played at CCNY. He says, doesn't he remind you of Chamberlain? I said, he sure does, because Chamberlain was so much bigger. So he just made, Alan always used to say to me, Don, on the side, he'd say, he played against guys that worked in the AMP. And I understand that. I do. But Chamberlain was a beast of an athlete. And Wembanyama reminded me of that. Mitchell Robinson the other night did what Bill Russell used to do. I know you didn't see him live. I did. He played volleyball with these offensive rebounds. It was unbelievable on the baseline, Alan. I'm sure you noticed it. The Knicks are rebounding better. Their differential is better. They're 10th best defensively now. They're second or third offensively. 3 or 4 of their guys, my guy Deuce is out, but he'll be back. And he's in his bird year rights. Remember that, Alan. You can explain that going forward. They got to sign him this year because he's cheap, and he's a terrific defender. So I think this is great. And last comment, thanks for the time. This coach, Mitch Johnson is his name?
Yes.
Unless the student manager, Mark Daniel, who worked for Jim Calhoun, a lot of stories about him in the Hartford Current, I'm a basketball nut job. If Daniel doesn't win 75 games and this Mitch Johnson takes this team to 55 games, if Wemby can play enough, I'm always worried about a big guy up in the air.
Coach of the year?
He could be coach of the year. Think about it.
I mean, there's a lot of guys that are certainly early in the season staking a claim. J.V. Bickerstaff, there's a lot of guys that are staking a claim. I think that's I really actually Mitch Johnson's a great story taking over for Pop. I've gotten to know him. He's a great guy and understands what he's doing, where he is. He's really appreciative, but he's also really smart and he handles players really well, and that's a good team. And then Spike gave us a nice breakdown of the Spurs.
Yeah,
I know you wanted that. So there you go.
Well,
now when you watch tonight, you'll know more about the Spurs.
I got more of a scouting report than I was going to have. Javi and Brooke in Queens, you're on ESPN New York. What's up,
Javier?
What's up, fellas? Shout out to Spike. Spike is such a great caller to your show. Love Spike.
Loves basketball.
Yeah, he truly does. So, Alan, we talked last week about the Cup, and I was pretty ho-hum about it. I was comparing it more to kind of preseason or WBC, but you got me there. I hope it's okay to say this, but the Knicks in the NBA Cup final, there's movement on my side of town. There's movement over here for me.
Okay.
I'm very excited for this game. I think it's great to I think it's great to see them play up to competition. And I just, it's like gravy. Like if they lose the game, it doesn't really count for anything. But if they win, a lot of glory and a couple of extra bucks for these guys. But I have a prediction and I have an idea for future cups.
Okay.
I don't think they're going to keep it in Vegas, especially how the what's it called, the amount of people that went to the semifinal games was kind of embarrassing.
It's not good. No, they're going to go neutral site still, but they're going to do it somewhere else, not Vegas.
I think they're going to go to Abu Dhabi or Dubai for the final, since Emirates is all
Who
up in
said
this.
that yesterday?
And
I did. You did? Yeah.
That's I think so. I think they're going to go international with it, and then you get a much bigger buy-in. And I think a better reward than the money is you add one pick to the first round. You give the NBA Cup winner the 31st pick in the first round, or you give them the first pick in the second round. Because I think those picks are actually very, very valuable. Even if it's the first pick in the second round, I think that there's a lot of value to that.
Pick 32
instead of it just being
or
money.
31. You do something
right, exactly.
Javi, it's not terrible. I mean, it does incentivize a little more. Players get money, coaches get money, but have it for the franchise. You earn a pick 31 suddenly is slotted in, and the winner gets it. The runner-up's going to want something, so maybe it's pick 31 and then pick 32 to the runner-up, or I don't know, something like that. Could you imagine, though, if they did this, Don, where the semifinals are now on the higher seeds home court, right, whoever's the better record, and then the winners have to go to, either London or Paris. Those are, the NBA goes to those cities. They've been to Milan. They've been to Abu Dhabi, obviously. Can you imagine if they just rotate it? Adam Silver does have an NBA Europe in the back of his mind.
You know what? You can't schedule a game Knicks Pacers in Indiana 2 days later like they have right now.
Yeah.
It's bad enough they're going to have to hop on a plane after the game in Vegas and then go to Indy for the game Thursday.
So what if they did this?
What, for the All-Stars?
No. Well, I still say that's how they should have done it, but they're not. But could you see that? A rotating European cities hosting NBA Cup championships, knowing you're going to get crowds. You're going to fill the place. Yeah. You're selling the league in Europe where you're hoping to one day have your own version of the league there, which Adam has made that clear. Mm-hmm. And what's the difference? What's the time difference?
No, time difference is not a big deal. The only reason I brought up Saudi Arabia is not the interest of the NBA going there. It's what if Saudi offer, $3 billion, then you might have no choice but to just have to take it because it's just so much money.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we talked about interest among the fans, but Karl Anthony Towns, there would be great value in the Knicks winning the NBA Cup.
I think the Cup is big for us just for the energy it brings to our team, to have the opportunity, one, to win it, and then God bless we are to win it, do our part. I think it brings great energy to the team, a great mojo. It also brings that feeling of winning. It's no matter if it's the Cup, NBA Finals, winning anything, winning any game, when you get that feeling of winning, it's addictive. And, obviously I want us to have that mindset where we're addicted to the next championship, if we could win this one. So I think this is a great start for us to understand the standards needed to win at a high level, at a championship level. Also giving us that feeling of, there's nothing better than the belief when you could do something. And I think this will be a great start for us.
It's an interesting mindset. If you think about it, right? It's let's see what we're about. Can we have that winning mindset, and then if we win this thing, how does it fuel us forward? We have the confidence of, okay, we won something. Let's do this again now. Let's work on some stuff over the next 2-3 months, and then when we get to April, now it's the grind. This is a short one.
It might be a contrived big game, but it's still a big game, and it's so rare that you get these opportunities. Coaches will come up with bulletin board fodder to get you excited about a game. Or there's those measuring stick games we talked about last week where when the Knicks go to OKC, there's going to be that feeling of that. If Detroit continues to play the way they're playing, there's going to be that feeling of, there's a statement game or a measuring stick game. This seems a little artificial, but if you can make it into, hey, we've got this rare opportunity to win an in-season tournament, to show you that we can win a big game with a national audience and take home something. How can that not be valuable to you when you're competing for the actual trophy in a few months?
Anybody that says that this is not interesting or a waste of time, and anybody that's screaming that this is irrelevant and all that stuff, you're yelling that stuff right now into a microphone, and you're being performative, you're not being substantive. Because this does have something. There's something to this. If you've ever played a sport in your life, you understand that I'm winning something from this, whether it's a stupid plaque or trophy, whatever it is. If I can win something from this, I walk away with hardware and you don't, I'm competing. I'm going for it.
It was ridiculous, but remember, Rex Ryan put Mark Sanchez back into the fourth quarter of a preseason game because he wanted to win the damn Snoopy Bowl, right? It was stupid. It was completely contrived, but he got caught up in it. Right? And that was really meaningless. This has way more meaning than that. But these guys get competitive. They want to win it. They don't want somebody else winning it at their expense. Even if it is just a piece of tin, why would you want to play and have somebody else walk away with a trophy?
That's it.
Walk away with the case of beer. Walk away with your $100. Whatever it is, when you're playing, why would you not want to win?
That's what sports is about. And if you tell me as a Knicks fan, now if you're not a Knicks fan, you're not a Knicks fan. All right, if you're an NBA fan and you're not interested, I get it, because I don't know if I'd watch if it wasn't. Like, I wouldn't watch it that intently if the Knicks weren't involved.
This will be my first time watching the Cup Championship.
You'll care because the Knicks are involved.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, if you're telling me as a Knicks fan, you don't care, you have no emotion whatsoever, you're not a Knicks fan. Because you want to see, like Cullum just said, I just want to see my team play. And when they play, I want them to win. That's it. That's the only thing. There's nothing more to it. Don't overthink it.
If TNT didn't have the Devils Golden Knights game tomorrow, seriously, I would be going to Vegas. I probably would have, and maybe if I were there, I would be going to this game. I would be attending this game.
I thought you meant, you're right, you'd be there.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
If I left with the team, they left earlier today.
Oh, man.
I'd be in time. I would definitely go.
We could have done that.
And apparently, from what they're telling me, there might be tickets available.
No,
but I would get the.
We could. I just thought of this. We could have done this. I could have met you there. We could have gone to the game, and then I could have come back.
Yeah,
and we could have done the show. We could have done the show in
There's
Vegas.
Plenty of flights.
This would have been amazing. Oh well, but that's all I'm saying. I defy anybody. There was somebody on Twitter that was arguing that it's irrelevant and he's sick of hearing about the money and the players shouldn't have to be motivated by money. And I said, please call in because I want you to make that point because I don't understand that. If you're a fan of a team and they're playing another team and the game there's a score and something on the line, you want your team to win. Yeah. It matters. And if you don't want to watch it because it's on Amazon Prime, Michael said this on his show and I thought it was brilliant. How many people do you think in the world, never mind, in New York, have Amazon delivery at their house? Prime.
Oh, almost everybody.
Like, it feels like everybody.
You have it.
So that means you have Amazon Prime. But that means you can watch it.
I know, but there's a stigma to apps to a certain demographic.
I'm sorry.
Of people.
What else is going on tonight? That's right. The Rangers are playing.
Yeah, and that's going to knock Anthony
that's
out of
it.
the box
Anthony's
for at least
out.
the first.
But you can catch the second half.
Out.
But there's a lot of other things going on there. But people do get down on the app thing, right? Because again, you just said it.
How
about
down are they on Thursday Night Football? You're a Jets fan or a Giants fan? Your team is garbage. Thursday night, though, I'm sitting front and center.
They complain, but everybody's
But I'm not
watching.
watching this.
Yankee fans complain, and yet they still get packages delivered.
That's
and
right.
They just don't.
Yankees have 20 games on this.
You got it.
Oh, but
you
I
may
can't
not know
watch
you
this.
have
No,
it,
I'm not watching
but you have it.
Give me a break.
Or you can listen right here. We got coverage.
We have Ty and Monica.
You don't have to. You don't have to watch. You can listen. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg take you up until 7 o'clock, and then it'll be Ty leading you in to the Knicks and the Spurs right here on ESPN New York.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
ZipRecruiter. Getting more as a MyLowe's Pro Rewards member is easier than ever with the Lowe's app. Download it today and earn 500 points the first time you log in. Plus, your digital wallet helps you scan, save, earn, and access what you need to manage it all in one place. Download the Lowe's app and take advantage of your Pro benefits today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 12/1/25 through 1/7/26. Offer valid for first login per organization only. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Additional restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
Target's last-minute deals are here, right on time to get you holiday ready in no time. Snag beauty gift sets for every style, the hottest toys, can't miss entertainment, crowd-pleasing candy, and much more. All under $20. Whether you're hosting or welcoming surprise guests, you'll be ready for all of it for less. Grab them now before they're gone. Last-minute deals under $20. Happening now, only at Target. Restrictions apply.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
In the city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports, ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
Discover a driving experience crafted to inspire. At Garden City Mazda, exceptional design and sophisticated performance come together during the Mazda More to Move You sales event. Lease the 2025 Mazda CX-5 for just $229 a month at Garden City Mazda.
Where do you stand on a little REO?
I'm a huge REO Speedwagon fan.
Huge REO.
I believe they should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. This is an amazing album. The album with my favorite name. You can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish.
Can I say that I'm a little surprised?
Well, then you don't pay attention to what I say, because I told you my favorite no-skip album is High Infidelity by REO Speedwagon.
No, I'm
so
aware.
if it's one of my favorite albums, I'm going to be in on the band, right? And this album's got this and Time for Me to Fly.
Yep, I love that song. Now, let me just backtrack. I'm not saying I've never heard you say it before. I've never said to you, though, in reaction, that I am surprised. I've heard you talk about it, and every time in back of my mind, I'm like, it just doesn't seem like a fit for Don.
Why? What's my fit?
Well, you are way more eclectic than anybody gives you credit for.
That's right.
Because you're known to be, because your persona is metal, but you're not. You've got a soft underbelly.
Oh, well,
and a soft overbelly.
I would say that my two favorite albums of all time would be Rage Against Machine's first album, The Boxer by Simon and Garfunkel.
Yeah, they do talk about a contrast.
I think I told you, I was interning at K-Rock in 1990, and Simon and Garfunkel were making a comeback. They were going to play for charity, I think for the homeless, at a Broadway theater. And this is 1990, so this is 35 years ago. I'm making no money interning at K-Rock.
Anthony, 35 years ago. Can you believe it?
But I was able to get tickets because K-Rock was running a promotion.
Okay.
But the ticket, one ticket, was $100, and I was making no money,
which is a lot.
Still
back
living
then.
at home,
Yeah.
and I made sure I found that $100 because I was going to go and see Simon and Garfunkel live, and it was Nichols and May, the comedy team from the '60s, Elaine May, who made one of the worst movies of all time, Ishtar.
Oh my
and
God.
Mike Nichols, The Graduate, Birdcage. They opened. It was one of the greatest things ever. And that $100, I would have, went to beer and cigars back then. So no, I'm very eclectic. I fight for metal like I fight for hockey because it's so disrespected and not mainstream.
I get it.
But I love REO Speedwagon. I saw them live, and I wish I could remember his name. I'd give him a shout out at Bergen Pack, and one of the security guys was a fan of the K Show and put me in the first row.
Nice.
And I got to see REO Speedwagon in the first row.
Good to be the king.
So I thank you, Jacob. That was a nice little gift you gave me.
I like it. I just, like I said, it is sometimes, it feels off-brand until we get to know you, and then we realize, no, it's not. It's very much on-brand. So
yeah, I'm very, very close. As are you.
Oh, I'm all over the map.
Yeah, if I like it, I listen to it.
I can't be pinned down unless I want to be.
Now, there's certain genres I like better than others, but if I like it, I like it.
Yeah. That's all. See, to me, that's music. You're not wrong. Like when people say like that sucks. No, you're not wrong to like what you like because it's how it appeals to you. Not I have to force the music I like on someone else. It's everybody. It's an individual taste. So there's certain things that don't make sense. They're not a full line, but for you it does.
Well, you know how politics are right now. All right?
I hate it all.
That's kind of the way music was when I was growing up. Oh,
yeah.
If you were into metal, David Bowie, Fleetwood Mac. Oh, I can't like any of that. I'm a metal guy. It's got to be about metal.
Yeah, it's true.
And you got pigeonholed into only being in that genre of music.
You weren't allowed to like anything else.
That would look weird. You're not living up to your reputation if you were a Black Sabbath and Iron Maiden fan and you listen to Simon and Garfunkel. But you tell me not to do something, I'm going to do it. Like, if you want me to do something, right?
Tell me not to
encourage me to do it. And then I'll be like, that bores me. Tell me, challenge me.
You can't
do that. And then I'll make it my life's work to do it.
Prove you wrong.
So I'm just that way.
Cool.
I'm that guy. But that's on Thursday. Today, it's Tuesday. Talk about it Tuesday.
We talked about it a little bit.
Yeah, let's go to Nas in Queens. We're on ESPN New York. What's up, Nas?
Hey, Nas.
Hey, what's up, guys? So for Knicks fans to kind of look down on winning the cup, it's kind of crazy to me because the Knicks were a laughingstock for a long time, and these are the things that help build the winning culture, get some confidence going into the playoffs. And let's say we meet the Spurs in the finals, which is, a possibility. If we have this win over them, then in the finals we'll have a mental edge over them, no matter how little that is. I'm trying to take every advantage for the Knicks to win, because that's how much I care. But anyways, I wanted to ask you guys about a trade idea I had. I try to make it work with the money and the contracts. So tell me what you guys think. So the Knicks would trade Cat, McBride, Bridges, 5 second-round picks, and 2 first-round swaps to the Bucks. In return, the Knicks would get Giannis, Kuzma, and his contract, Giannis' brother, and to replace McBride, maybe they would pick up Chris Paul. And then the Bucks would also trade Evan Turner to the Brooklyn Nets.
Miles Turner.
Miles Turner. And they would also get 2 first-round picks back for Evan Turner. And the Nets would also trade 3 first-round picks and Cam Johnson to Memphis, because the rumors are Memphis is trying to cut ties with John Morant.
This would be great.
So let's say
this is
sports.
This is so Nas 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That'd be a record trade. Like that's almost. Remember when I told everybody? And thanks for the call, Nas. But remember when I told everybody that this is going to be an incredibly complicated trade to make, and during the regular season it would be. This is what I mean.
That's very complicated.
It's almost unnecessarily complicated. So, E for effort, though.
That's a lot, man. You wrote it all down.
I was trying to keep up. But once he got to John Moran, I was like, okay, I'm done. Like we're all over the map. And he kept saying Evan Turner. So Evan Turner's not in the league anymore.
And he said Cam Johnson. And
he said Cam Johnson?
He was traded over the summer.
He meant Cam Thomas?
Yes, he did.
You know what? Just throw any names in there. It's not going to happen.
It feels when it becomes that complicated, you just stop yourself and go, there's no way this is
anything in life. If your head starts to hurt, you know what? Tap out.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to trade guys like Deuce and Bridges anyway, but okay.
Flavio in Brooklyn. You're on ESPN New York.
Hey guys, hey Don, hey Alan.
Hey Flavio, you got a 12-player trade to offer to us here?
So I was thinking about a trade, but after that call, I was like, you know what? Scratch that. I'm not going to even bother. So I'd rather talk about the NBA Cup.
Yep.
So I was telling Anthony Busick that I heard on the podcast a couple of days ago that John Winthrop was rooting against the Knicks. If you're a Knicks fan, and me personally, like I could never root against the Knicks. I'm one of those people that I can't bet against my own team, and there's no way that I would ever root against my own team. And like me and my buddies are excited for the NBA Cup because the way we look at it is like it's kind of like in soccer. You know, this past year I think it was like Crystal Palace won the FA Cup, and I understand that a lot of people don't understand soccer in this country, but
right.
You know, it's just something to look forward to. You know, like
that's
the
genesis of all. No, you're absolutely right, Flavio.
Yes.
Meanwhile, we have John Winthrop here, and we have not asked him.
No,
if he will double down.
Referring to him.
We want to know though.
Why would he would double down?
Well, all right, Flavio, you're the one that called him out. So Flavio called you out, John, because the other day you revealed that you don't want the Knicks to win this game. So do you still feel that way? Or you hate watching tonight because you don't want them to win?
Come on, John, make the right decision.
No, I still do feel that way. I don't want to see them win. And whether they raise a banner or not, I can't have that be the first championship I see. I know I saw the Rangers in 94. Though. None of my teams have ever won. I've been on this earth for 43 years. I don't need an NBA Cup to be the one.
Well,
it's meaningless in the standings.
But it's not a championship. It's a tournament.
I don't need to see, like, God forbid that
the ECAC
people are
Holiday
dancing
Festival.
on 7th Avenue. Like,
nobody's going to dance.
You don't know that. We did it after a first round playoff game.
But even that's bigger than
that
this.
was 5 years ago. They hadn't won a playoff series in 8 years at that point. Like that's different.
There wasn't
than
even
this.
a cup back then.
I don't know. Well, you said rooting against them. I don't know if I'll be rooting against them.
But you said I don't want to see them win.
I would rather them not win.
You'd rather them
I don't want to see a banner in the Garden that says we were the NBA Cup champs.
So tonight, you really don't lose. If they win, you're like, all right. But if they lose, you're like, I don't want them to win anyway, so that's great. You have no negative tonight. You're going to be happy either way.
Yes. And if they do win, put that banner next to Billy Joel's sellouts or whatever that banner is that says number of straight Garden concerts.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
You can't hang next to 73 and 69.
What if it was next to Atlantic Division champions 2013?
That's still in that same row. Put it somewhere else.
You don't want
put
anywhere
a plaque
near
in the hallway near like one of the Chase like concession stands.
We should put it in the in our suite 57. Hang it right there.
In 2025, they were the NBA Cup champs. So
all right, so you're staying with this. You really don't want to see them win tonight.
I tell you what, if it was the Thunder that won, I probably would have in the moment been rooting for because I do think it's going to be the Thunder.
Okay.
Come June.
All right.
The team that has to be beat, and I would have said, let's see how we stack up, but no.
All right,
John.
He's on the record.
I want to talk some baseball, but I also want to dive a little deeper into these. I don't want to see a banner. What banners do you actually see at the Garden? It's Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Take you up till 7 o'clock here on ESPN New York.
Listen up, New York. It's football season, and you should be out there enjoying every play, every tailgate, every moment. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. That's where Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain comes in. He's one of New Jersey's top pain specialists, Ivy League trained, double board certified, and dedicated to getting you back in the game. Here's the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical, image-guided procedures that get real results. Dr. Shaw treats everything from neck pain, back pain, migraines, nerve pain, and chronic joint pain. And he builds a custom game plan that's right for you. Same day or next day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. And yes, most major insurances are accepted. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Go to SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
New York Lottery's holiday scratch-off games are the perfect gift for everyone on your list.
Like me, your Aunt Jules. I told you I didn't need a gift this year, but I secretly really want one.
Or me, your neighbor Frank. I hope you didn't forget I'm coming to your holiday party tonight.
Or me. Why does no one ever think of the voiceover guy? Anyway, New York Lottery's holiday scratch-off games have more winners and top prizes up to $5,000. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
For over 100 years, Slomin's has been your trusted partner in comfort. When it comes to home heating oil, we deliver more than just quality fuel. We deliver peace of mind. With price protection, automatic deliveries, 24/7 service, and up to 30 days to pay your invoice. Our dedicated team is just a call away, ensuring you stay warm and comfortable all winter long. Slomin's, New York and New Jersey's largest heating oil provider, proudly serving our community for generations. Give us a call today at 866-GET-HEAT or visit oil.slomins.com.
Caffeine doesn't have to be bitter or boring anymore. 5-Hour Energy shots are bringing the flavor and the energy. One of my personal favorites, Strawberry Banana, is giving smoothie vibes in a compact caffeinated shot. Whether you like your energy sour, fruity, or tropical, with 17 flavors, there's something for you. And yeah, it's got as much caffeine as a 12-ounce coffee, but zero sugar and no crash. Big flavor, tiny bottle, tasty caffeine done right. You can grab yours in store or hit up 5hourenergy.com or order on Amazon today.
Wendy here. If you're looking to add a star player to your financial roster, you should take a look at SoFi's personal loans. SoFi's got some amazing moves that would be a valued addition to any team, like low fixed rates when you consolidate your debt, no fees required, and as soon as same-day funding. View your rate at SoFi.com/roster to get started. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A. member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply at SoFi.com/roster. NMLS 696891.
.403 in the big city. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg hanging out with you until 7. Peter's out. He'll be back after the first of the year. I thought I had it, and now it's bothering me, of the list of all the banners at the Garden.
Oh, I could go through them.
I don't know if you could.
Wait a second.
Now, never mind the retired numbers.
Stand by.
You know the retired numbers. But besides the retired numbers, for the Knicks, you take a look at some. It's odd, and I would stare at them all the time when I'd be at the Garden.
All right, Donnie.
All right, and this 69-70, 72-73 World Championship banners. Okay, the exact same size alongside. So you've got those two banners.
Then you have the Eastern Conference Championship starting in like 1950.
Well, to be specific, the 50-51 Eastern Division champions.
Ah, yes, that's right, because it wasn't conference.
And they did that in 51-52.
Because they went to the finals.
52 and 53.
Right.
And that's with the old logo with the Knickerbocker bouncing the basketball.
Father Knickerbocker,
Right.
right.
So then you go and have the Atlantic Division Championship, 70-71, 71-72, 88-89.
Right.
92-93.
93-94.
Right, which is silly because now you've got a banner for the Atlantic Division Championship, and then you have another banner for the Eastern Conference Championship.
Because they went to the finals that year. But why is that silly? Because the Atlantic Division is you won it during the regular season. You finished first.
Understood.
Okay.
But it's still...
And then 98-99 is the Eastern Conference Finals champion. Oh, I'm sorry, the Eastern Conference Championship.
Right.
That's the only other banner. And then... Oh, and then there's the 13 Atlantic Division, right?
Yes.
That's the last one.
Yes.
Now, they could win the division this year.
They could.
They're in first place. And if they did, that's the thing about it. Even if they don't win the NBA Cup, the next banner that could go up could be a division banner with this for this season if they win this division because they're in first place now.
Now, you take a look at the Rangers. They've got their Stanley Cups.
Yep.
But they also have 2014-15 regular season champions because they won the President's Trophy. Metropolitan Division champion that same year, which is redundant because if you win the President's Trophy, of course you won your division. You were number one in the league.
So you don't like that one?
Well, I don't mind it. I'm just saying. So the NBA Cup's going to bother you. You go to Madison Square Garden, you see all these banners. Billy Joel, 104 consecutive sellout at the Garden. Yeah, the Baker's dozen for Fish. Right?
That's a good point.
The Holtzman was at 613 wins. And I'm not saying Elton John. They got the one for Elton John.
That's right. There is an
60.
Elton John. That's right.
It's all. So what?
When was the last Ranger banner to go up?
Was for winning the Metropolitan Division in 23-24, and then they won the regular season championship that same year.
Presidents.
So there's two banners.
Okay.
But they put regular season champions. They don't put President's
They didn't
Trophy.
put. Now, why would they do that?
I don't know. 23-24 they put up there.
Okay. So
All
those
right?
are the last ones.
So
that's a lot of banners. So really, would you notice it?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You've got all kinds of banners. All right. Is it going to – because John's argument was I haven't seen a champion. Nobody is saying this is a quote-unquote championship. You won the NBA Cup. You didn't win a championship. You won the NBA Cup. You compete for a cup. It's a midseason tournament. You won it. Nobody's going to call you the champions of the cup.
Well, the NBA will.
Well,
but that's it.
But you can't – when you're having a conversation about your team winning a championship, and John Winthrop, who was just in here, is our pinhead suit. Program director of the radio station. Big Knick fan, big Ranger fan, big Jet fan, big Met fan. All right? And the only championship that he has seen in his lifetime that he actually saw was the 94 Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
So you think you're having a conversation. So, John, tell me about the championships you saw. I saw the 94 Rangers, and I saw the Knicks Cup championship in 2025. Like, no, he's not going to throw it out there because it's not a championship, but it's a cool thing to have.
Can I also point out that when you get to the finals, you're called Eastern Conference champions.
Right.
Do we say, hey, they were champs that year?
No, they just happened to win the Eastern Conference, and they called it
they called the Eastern Conference
you're
championship.
a cup champion.
They don't say you're the Eastern Conference Finals winner. No, you're the Eastern Conference champions.
Right.
So they say it, but it doesn't mean that's what it is, right? So this is the same thing. You accomplish something. It is, what does it mean in the grand scheme? Nothing other than what Karl Anthony Towns said, which I thought was pretty poignant, which is as a team, you want that vibe that we are winners.
But I can't make you care. If you don't care, I get it. You don't care.
Right.
Because you might still be watching the game because your favorite team is playing, but you can care less or couldn't care less about any of that. But to root against them,
well,
that just to me is taking it. To ever see your team in this particular spot, because what are you gaining? Like, even though I disagree with it, if it's helping a draft pick or getting a coach or a general manager fired, that's one thing. You're getting something for that.
Mm-hmm.
What are you getting for the loss? It's not going to be. If anything, you just heard Karl Anthony Towns. The win might actually help them win the title. Yeah. And maybe a loss hurts them winning the title because now maybe they lose a little confidence. Hey, it was a big game. We can't win it. Can we win a big game? We couldn't win a big game the last time we faced a big game against the Pacers in the Eastern Conference Final, and now we're facing a big game against the Spurs. We lose that. I don't want a narrative to get created that we can't win big games.
Is it in some way, and this will help us transition to baseball, what I was saying when like a team makes the wild card in baseball, you're not in the playoffs yet. You're in the postseason, but you're not in the playoffs.
No.
You're earning your way in. It's the same as the play-in in the NBA. If you're a 10 seed, you're not in the playoffs.
Then you're
in the postseason.
Right.
You got to win to get the seed. Then you're in. Same thing with the wild card. The wild card teams are playing each other for the right to get into the playoffs.
Yes.
That's all that is.
Yeah, that's it.
So would you agree? It's sort of the same thing. To make a wild card is not like something to celebrate. You don't put a banner up saying we made the wild card that year. No, that doesn't count. Make the playoffs. Win a playoff round. Like if I win the wild card round to advance to the division round, I don't put up a banner saying wild card champion.
Some might.
You don't, because all it did was earn you a way into the playoffs. That's all it is. You win a round, then you could say that. Then you could say that you won a playoff series.
I'm wondering, have there been teams? I bet you definitely when there was only one wild card.
When it was one game?
No. When remember, because
there was one wild card and they played a game.
I'm talking about when they first brought the wild card in.
Yeah,
where you played
95.
the same series the divisional winner did. It just you played the worst divisional winner, and there were people that didn't care whether they won the wild card or the division because it didn't matter. You're still going to be playing a best of 5 series anyway. I bet you there were teams that made the playoffs and put up a banner the next year that they were a wild card team. Oh. I don't hold me to this.
But isn't it the same
But
thing?
I believe, Yankee fan, somebody tweet me, call me. The Yankees won the wild card in 95.
Yes.
They were the first ever American League wild card team.
Correct.
I think they had some sort of a pennant or a banner representing that the next year. I'm not saying they rose at it. I'm not saying they had a ceremony. But for some reason, I think going into the 96 season, they had something to signify that they were the first ever American League wild card team. I'm sure it's gone now because that led to 4 championships in 5 years, and then it just became tissue paper at that point.
The Rays put up wild card berth banners.
Okay,
that is true.
But did the Yankees at some point, whether it was a pennant or on a pole or some sort of something signifying they were the first American League wild card team in 95. Because remember, that was also a streak of time. They hadn't gone to the playoffs since 81. So it was kind of, at the time, you laugh at it now with all the championships they had, but for some reason I remember something in the beginning of 96 where something that signified they were the first American League wild card team. Check that out.
Okay.
But since you brought up baseball, and a ton of people want to talk about the NBA Cup, we're going to continue taking your phone calls all day. We've got the Talk About It Tuesday coming up next. We got ENN at 6, led by Anthony Pusick. Take up until 7 o'clock, and then Ty Butler. Free agency's been kind of a dud in baseball. There's been a lot of speculation, not much really to go on. We're waiting on Bellinger. We're waiting to see any other free agents that might be able to shake loose. Rumors here, rumors there. There was a big tease because we had the winter meetings and something was going to happen at the winter meetings. Nothing really happened at the winter meetings. Explain to me how this is good for baseball.
It's not.
When the other sports say free agent starts at 3 o'clock, free agency starts at midnight, bang, 12 hours later it's over. Everybody has already signed, at least the big names anyway. You have a frenzy. Everybody goes nuts. And then, all right, everybody go back to their corners, and then we get ready for the season.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that better than sitting here all winter long just waiting for something to happen and nobody talking about your sport because nothing's going on? And then you tease them by saying, winter meetings are coming, and Jeff Passan is there, and Nightingale is there, and they're all going to go, and they're all going to be coming back to us with info, and then nothing happens.
Mm-hmm.
All we get is the stupid limericks from Boris. And now we're sitting here getting closer to Christmas, and nothing.
And by
wouldn't
the
it
way,
be better to just say December 1st, it's on, and just have a day? Michael always would say, no, I'd rather have it for the whole winter. What are you doing? You're dragging your feet. Nobody cares.
Donnie, so the NFL has the legal tampering period, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you have the official beginning of the new league season, and that's when free agency really does begin. So all the legal tampering stuff that you hear about then comes to fruition. Bang, bang, bang. All the signings that matter.
Yeah.
The NBA, July 1st. Now it's actually June 30th because they made a mockery of it because everything happened at midnight Eastern would be 9 o'clock on the West Coast, and all the agents would be camped out, and all the teams would be camped out in L.A. having their meetings at 9:01. So they said, all right, but they have a moratorium. So you can come to terms, but nothing's official for 7 days. A, it buys you time. B, it's brilliant because what does it do? It stretches out the rumors and the conversations and the back and forth. So you get 7 days of speculation and discussions and all that stuff. The NHL, shotgun wedding. 12:01 a.m.
Yep.
Let's go. Putting a ring on it or not? Do you want it or not? Because if you're not going to take my money, I'm giving my money to this guy instead.
Yep.
And it gets crazy. And it's a lot of fun. It's a national holiday in Canada. So that puts urgency, and it also puts, to me, an entertainment value to it because it's like you're watching the ticker tape. You're watching the stocks go up and down.
Yeah.
You're anticipating when's the time to buy and sell. You're fired up because you're getting immediate information. Baseball, nothing. It's nothing like it. It starts out with this idea of you know who the players are, you know who the teams are, you know who the agents are. And there's at first the tease. And so you start waiting for something to happen. And you'll get one or two things to happen, but then it gets quiet. And then what happens is the holidays come. And the worst thing for baseball is that when the holidays come, a few things happen. Number one, people are distracted. Number two, football takes over.
Football takes over.
And you're now secondary. And number three, a lot of people in sports media take time off.
Yeah.
So you're not getting the hot story anymore.
Right, because we were talking about this, because you're done on Friday, right? So you're going to take the 2 weeks off which is tradition. I agreed to work that Monday.
Because you're a saint.
If on the 23rd, nothing will happen on the 24th or 25th. Or the 26th, 27th, anytime leading into that week, Bellinger signs with the Mets or Yankees, not having your main hosts on, listen, should Major League Baseball care about that? Yeah, they should.
Yes.
Because the reason why we take off that time is because it's a dead time. Mm-hmm. Even during a ratings period, it's called the holiday book. No one cares. Nobody wants to win the holiday book. So you know what? Everybody gets a chance to take off. Get your vacations in during the summertime. Get your vacations in during the holiday book.
Get the time in with your family while you can, because when we hit January, we know it's 100 miles an hour
So when your
football.
team signs somebody, don't you want to know that all the hosts on the sports stations are around, that everybody's, all the ducks are in a row so you can get the most attention possible
The
for
right
this.
reporters are available, the everything. You want all of that. But you also, to me, want a beginning and an end. You want bookends. You want to understand that the prime signing time is in this window. And everybody now knows, so you got your popcorn, and you're sitting down, and you're watching. And what happens with baseball is I'm sitting down and I'm watching, and then you wait, and then you finally get up and leave because, well, I guess nothing's happening. Now, if you're in business, and if you're an agent, I don't want pressure on my client. I want to take my time. I want to make the right decision. I want to let this team twist in the wind a little bit. I want to try to make sure I get every dollar. So I understand you don't want the urgency because a shotgun wedding is not necessarily the best way to make a decision. But it's really not good for the product.
No.
Because in the other sports, it works.
Yeah, Michael's argument always was, don't you want to have the whole winter?
God, no.
I'm sorry. You can't be arrogant enough for that. As you said, you got the holidays. You've got football.
Playoff football.
There's a lot of things going on, and you don't want to have to be secondary. Because imagine, Bellinger signs with the Mets or Yankees in a year where maybe the Jets or Giants are getting ready for a big playoff. I know, stop laughing. It's at some point we may get back to that. And it's like, why wouldn't you want that moment? And you could strategically put it. You could look ahead of time. This is the day. And you pick days that in major markets there isn't that much going on. You do it like on a Tuesday or Wednesday, so you don't have to worry about football getting in the way. And you do it like 3 o'clock, and boy, you'll own that day. Wouldn't you rather own that day than being kind of flying under the radar for 3 months?
Well,
which is what they're doing now.
And the best time to do it is in early December.
Early December.
But especially if you think about it, what did the NBA just do? They shut down for a week because of the NBA Cup. There haven't been there's nothing a lot going on in the NBA.
That's why they picked this time.
And this would have been a perfect window to do it in. Football's kind of like still in its late season.
And there's a reason why it's on a Tuesday, right? You're not going up, you're not doing the weekend. You're not doing Monday Night Football.
Right.
You're not going up against any, even the ancillary bowl games could eat into the rating tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Pick a Tuesday. Where literally the only thing the NBA is going up against is NHL, and I don't think those audiences really cross over too much.
No, not as
so
much.
I don't think you have to worry about that.
I'm just
especially
feeling,
in the markets that we're in.
Yeah, and again, I'm just feeling like what's happened more often lately that's also hurt it is what you just said before. Boris clients sign right before pitchers and catchers because now it's an urgency of these guys now have to take deals that they didn't want to take, so they wait it out, which is morbid, but maybe somebody gets hurt and now a team's desperate. That's a real thing.
No,
so if you don't get offers that you like, you wait it out. And you see if a team gets desperate and then gives you what you want later on in free agency. And that used to be the wrong way to do it because the money dries up. And by the way, if we get to a cap sport with baseball, that'll change. Because the money will dry up fast.
It will dry up very fast. There's a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings during the More to Move You event. Lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-30 2.5S all-wheel drive for $159 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN SM839072. MSRP $26,690. Zero security deposit. Ends 1/2/26.
Don gives good VIN.
Let's go to Al in the Bronx. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Al?
Hey, gentlemen. How are you?
Good.
Okay, so I'm just a little frustrated with New York sports, the attitude. I'm listening to a guy like John that it's a bad thing to win. Why would it be a bad thing to win? Knicks fans have watched our team suck for so long. Let's just enjoy seriously, let's just enjoy the cup. These guys are, and I don't want to take too long here. These guys are used to playing tournament-style basketball. Hahn said it from the time they were in AAU. So so there is something to this for these guys. These guys are into it. If the players are into it, the fans should be into it. That's all I had to say, gentlemen.
Well, I with you. The other thing that John didn't get to, that we talked about a little bit yesterday, is the whole perception. Oh, fans are going to say, "Oh, well, that's the only thing the Knicks can win." And then if they lose it, what do you think fans are going to say? Oh, you can't even win that.
Right.
Why do you worry about what other people think? You're a sports fan. You're a Knicks fan. You shouldn't expect other people to get it.
Well, I'd rather you criticize me for winning than losing.
Exactly. You're out there, went all the way to Vegas. Last I checked, Vegas is not around the corner. You went out there, you beat the Orlando Magic, which was not nothing, and it was a game that counted in the standings against a Magic team you might have to face in the playoffs come springtime. And, hey, the Thunder might have been waiting there, and that would have been a big deal. But who knows? Maybe the Spurs will be there come June. You don't know. But to be a part of something cool, if you don't like it, fine. But to sit there and root against them, I don't know. I think you're miserable. Coming up, talk about it Tuesday.
Let's talk about it.
Then plenty of calls on the baseball, on the basketball. We'll get into hockey a little bit later on. Anthony's got a great ENN that he's cultivated for 6 o'clock. Take you right up to Ty Butler as he's going to be all over Knicks and the Spurs, which will start at 8 o'clock right here on ESPN New York.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as 1 day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
The holidays are here, and Amazon Pickup is your MVP of package pickup. Need that perfect gift like a brand new jersey for the big game? With Amazon Pickup, you can grab your order from secure Amazon lockers or counters near you on your schedule at no extra cost. It's fast, it's easy, and it keeps your holiday surprises tucked safely away. So whether you're running from work or heading to the holiday party, Amazon Pickup makes holiday shopping worry-free. Find your nearest Amazon Pickup location at amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
When you're streaming Stranger Things on Netflix, hurry! Okay, wait! Don't take slow for an answer. Switch to Optimum Fiber for the fastest, most reliable, and most consistent internet speeds, starting at $25 a month. And this holiday season, get Netflix and so much more on us. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today. Whoa, did you see that? Optimum, don't take slow for an answer. Netflix subscription required. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
This college football season, show your school spirit every time you pay. Introducing college-branded Venmo debit cards. Rep your team on and off the field with custom school designs that let everyone know who you root for. Whether you're tailgating, grabbing snacks for the watch party, or celebrating a win, you can unlock 15% cash back at ESPN, 1 free year of Perplexity Pro, and more. This college football season, score more with the Venmo debit card. Get yours now in the Venmo app. Learn more at venmo.com/collegecard.
Max cashback varies. Terms apply. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank, N.A.
No gift? No problem. With Target's last-minute gifts, the holidays are a breeze. You can score on the hottest toys, beauty must-haves, chocolatey stocking stuffers, and much more. And if you need it now, no worries. Swing by any Target store today and snag all the stocking stuffers and gifts for the most magical season yet. Step into the holidays, check off everything on your list, and save big on your last-minute gifts. Only at Target. Restrictions apply.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. Still a great ride at the inbound George. No big delays for both the upper and lower decks. But if you're getting on the southbound West Side Highway, you're jammed there heading toward the 79th Street Boat Basin. We've got a crash out there in the left lane. Best of it's the outbound George, southbound Deegan and Henry Hudson. Cross Bronx westbound, just crawling from White Plains Road through to underneath the apartments. Outbound Lincoln, your best ride at 15 to 20. Outbound Holland, around you 30 to 40. No relief on the FDR southbound over by the 59th Street Bridge. Still have a broken down van in the right lane. You're packed there from the Triborough on down. Staten Island Expressway westbound. Some solid delays heading over to the West Shore from the Verrazano on through. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text AREA to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text AREA to 42424. That's AREA to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Sometimes you just can't take it anymore.
You're done. I'm done.
This is Let's Talk About It Tuesday.
Hang up on this idiot!
With Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
Talk About It Tuesday is driven by Ramsey Mazda. So do you want to start or do you want me to start?
No, I'd like you to start.
Now, it snowed on Sunday. And I had to clear my car off. You know how I feel.
How much did you guys get in Jersey?
I would say at least 6.
Yeah, I brought out the tape measure. Went out on the deck, 7.
Yeah, it was more than I was expecting. They were saying 3 to 5. So I had a 9:30 meeting to be at the Rock for, because we meet 3 hours before face-off.
And you had a game Sunday.
So that means I got up at like 7 a.m. because I wanted to see what the snow was going to be like, and because I'd have to shovel and get out in time to be able to get to the Rock, which is like a 45-minute ride for me. And I see this, oh my God. So I shovel out a path for myself because I didn't have a lot of time, and I clean the car off. And it's not easy. I've got an SUV. So I got to get out the big broom and make sure that as much of the snow that I can reach is off the roof. Why? Because I don't want to get a ticket, and I don't want to be throwing snow in the face of somebody driving behind me. All right? Now, it's not an issue day of, because there's not many cars on the road, and most people are just going really slow.
Sunday morning.
Because I was on the turnpike. It was tough. It was rough to get to the Rock, but I did. I got there in time, but I left 2 hours before because the weather was bad. So now it's the next day.
Yep.
So people had time during the day because it stopped snowing early enough in the morning that you had all day to clean off the rest of your car. So now it's Monday. I'm driving to work yesterday, and I've got tractor-trailer trucks. I've got regular cars like blowing snow in my face because they didn't bother to take the time like I did when I had to be someplace to clean off the top of the car. I mean, that's dangerous, man. I felt like I was in a blizzard driving behind some people. And at one point, you can say, well, Don, why don't you just go around the car? Okay, I got a car in the fast lane in front of me, spitting snow at me, and I got a tractor-trailer. And the tractor-trailer, I get, that must be really hard. And maybe they came in Monday morning, they've got deliveries to make.
You're not reaching up
They
up
should
there.
do something about it. But then that's that. So I'm in a blizzard for like 6 miles because I can't get around these cars. Dude, I took the time up against it on Sunday to clean off the top of my car. Now, if one of your cubes is about to explode, maybe you didn't have time to do it, but why do I have a feeling that it was just you're too lazy, you didn't think, I'm just going to clean off my window, and everybody else, because that's the way it is now, I've got someplace to go. You could die. I don't care. As long as I get to my Mahjong game on time, that's all that matters to me. I mean, it's dangerous, and it is illegal. You can get a ticket for that. But, of
you
course,
never do, though.
I don't see anybody pulled over for it.
No.
I'll get pulled over for it the one day I decide not to do it. But I don't think I'm better than anybody. All right? I don't. So if I was able to take the time during the blizzard to clean off the top of the car, when it would be completely understandable, hey, I got a game to go, I got to go back in the house, I got to shower, get my suit on, get to the Rock, I still did it. So what's your excuse for not doing it a day after the storm is over? And you're flying 70 miles an hour on the turnpike, throwing snow all over the place, and then sometimes, especially when it's really cold like it was yesterday, where it sometimes just comes off as snow, and sometimes chunks of ice come flying at you.
It's jarring when you see it, too. You ever see it like one big piece just come flying off a car, and it like starts to spin in the air, and then it shatters, like it just all of a sudden plummets to the street and shatters. You realize it's snow and a little bit of ice, but still kind of jarring, and if it hits your windshield, forget it. No, it's dangerous, it's careless,
and it's lazy.
But
it's really lazy.
We're in an area where, the give or rip level is zero. Nobody cares.
And, so I got the SUV, and luckily I'm 6 feet tall, but I still needed the broom. And what I'll do is I'll go right to the front, take the broom, and shove it all through the back. And the thing is, what also makes it difficult is now I had to shovel around the car to get to the car.
Of course.
Now I got to shovel again to get rid of all the snow that I just took off the car. But I did it, and I'm not better than anybody. Why didn't you do it, punk?
You ever try leaf blower? You have a backpack leaf blower? Like a pretty high-powered one?
I do not.
Okay, I do. And I tried it. Because when the bushes, when the snow gets on the bushes and it starts to pull the branches down, like it's not good, like arborvitaes and, and green giants, like it's not good for the bushes. So you got to knock off the snow. So I saw somebody doing it one time, and I'm like, does that really work? So I threw on the backpack blower.
Okay.
Right, fired it up. And I'll tell you what, now it creates a big blizzard of snow, but it works. Cleans off all the bushes. And if you try it on the roof of your car, I wonder if it'll work as well.
Probably.
I haven't tried it on the car, but it's something to think about.
Now, I'm going to go there.
Okay.
And these are people that I like and respect.
Oh, no.
But there are people with snowblowers. And they seem to have no issue at all. No issue.
With?
Of turning the snow towards the street. They just plowed the street.
Yeah.
Now, you
Right in
need
the
to
road.
get your snow off of your sidewalk and driveway.
Yeah.
Instead of pointing it to your
Grass.
front yard, your
Sure.
grass, you spit it back into the street.
Right, because they'll come back and they'll plow this. So let me just throw it there.
maybe your street didn't get plowed at all.
Thank you, honey.
Never mind you having to get back. I don't want to steal what might be your talk
No,
about
it's
it
okay.
Tuesday. But, so never mind, will they come again? And they're probably not because there's just one spot. And I don't get it. The other thing, quickly before I hand it off to you, because you were talking about the leaf blower.
Yeah.
I don't know if this was AI. I saw it today on social media. Somebody with a flamethrower.
Oh, no. All right,
you think that could work?
My buddy Ben lives in Minnesota.
Okay.
My best friend since I was 13. He has a flame, like it's flamethrower. And that's how he does the edges of his driveway and all.
Okay.
He just melts it.
Because I thought it was real, because if you look at like old NFL film footage of the Ice Bowl, you see like
They're heating it up.
They're heating the grass. So you see like fire coming out from what looks like a lawnmower.
Yeah. Now, you don't want to have full contact. Like, you just want to melt it down.
Exactly.
And that's literally, but yeah, that's in some of the coldest places, that's what they do.
Right. But some people are dangerous. They'll end up setting fire to themselves or their house.
Yeah, that's when they're just going up to the stoop with it. And you're like, all right, buddy, let's step back from the house and just stay away.
There are a lot of dumb people.
There are a lot more dumb people than I thought.
I wanted to just get that off my chest.
Yeah, I'm glad you did. No, that's a good thing to get off your chest. I really have nothing to add to it, because that's that's something we all should be talking about now, because this is going to be a very wintry winter. Does that make sense?
It sounds like this is the beginning of what could be a very long,
we're going to get a lot of snow.
winter.
Yeah, that's what the forecast has been. The almanac has told us this is going to be a very snowy, cold winter. So be ready. We're going to have to probably take care of snow a lot. But so the only thing I could add to it, because it's frustrating, because as you know, I'm very much home improvement, very much hands-on DIY. Like, I like to work around my house. It's my favorite. It's my zen.
Mm-hmm.
But I suck at taking care of engines.
Okay.
So I have a snowblower, and I couldn't start it, and it drove me crazy. What's your level of anxiety after like 3 or 4 pulls on the engine? When you're trying to get it started.
Well,
and now it won't start and it won't kick, and you're just like, it's got to be the spark plug, or maybe I didn't put in the stable for the gas, and now the gas is dirty and it's messed up the car.
Yeah.
Like I'm going through all of it. Meanwhile, it's freezing out, and I can only imagine what my neighbors think of me as I'm losing my mind because I can't get this thing started, and now I have to do it by hand.
I know. Well, that's why I do it by hand.
That's why?
Because I've got the snowblower,
but then
and something I forget, because because Nancy's big on siphon the gas. Like when winter's over, don't leave the gas in there. Get it out.
Or put in stable.
Right. So what I end up doing is I start it and then just let it run out of gas. I'm not siphoning anything.
Yeah, but you never know when. You don't know when you're done, though. That's the problem. Like, you could use the snowblower throughout the winter, and then suddenly you don't know the last time you're taking it out of the shed. You don't know.
I try to wait until we're in that zone. All right. So did I put gas in it? Then you could turn the gas line off. I did that. All right. Is it the spark plugs? Because what I have the electric one where I could plug it in and it just hit like almost like a barbecue.
I have the same thing.
And then that doesn't work. And then you got to pull. And you asked my level of anxiety. Well, on the 5th pull, I'm probably pulling the rope completely out because now I'm done. So the aggravate. So I'm like, you know what? I know this shovel doesn't need spark plugs, doesn't need gas.
Yeah, but you know what it needs? It needs that ticker you have on your chest, and you got to be careful.
You know what? But me trying to start the damn thing is going to give me a heart attack faster than shoveling the snow on my driveway. So no. I know that shovel is going to work.
So I'll let you know a secret. I ripped it out.
Yeah, of course. The
cord, it's out now. So the only way I can start it now is to plug it in, is to use the plug and use the plug in the electric starter, but it won't kick. Can't get the plug out because for whatever reason now, I I was like the amount of cursing that came out of, like, seriously, I was the father in A Christmas Story when he's battling with the burner.
Yeah.
Right? That was me. And I'm thinking to myself, my neighbors must think I'm a psycho now. I lost my mind, and I had to calm down from it.
No, I get it. So that was a good talk about it Tuesday. I feel better about it. And Danny on Long Island is going to piggyback on mine. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Danny?
First of all, the line from The Christmas Story from Ralphie was, "My father worked in profanity the way other artists worked in oils and clay." A true master.
It is such a great line. It's so
absolutely, absolutely spectacular line. The way others worked in clays and oil. Don, before I get to my actual question on talk about it Tuesday, I agree 100%. If I was not a chop buster when I was a police officer, but I'm driving down the road. I can't stand these people. I would have my broom on me, and I would pull over a car and say, "Do it so I clean it off." I wouldn't give you a ticket. But now that we're at the top, there's people that called pothole or porthole drivers. They make a circle so they can see out. No side views, no nothing. It's absolutely dangerous. You have to clean off your car, and there's no excuse for it, and you're 100% right. My actual question for the day is, in the overall scheme of the season, who has a bigger game today, the Knicks or the Islanders?
Well,
how big is the Islanders' game? Like, what is the
at
give
Detroit?
Me the,
Listen, the way they've been playing some of these tougher teams, Tampa Bay a couple of times, and now Detroit on the road, and they're getting. I think they have the second best record in the conference now.
They do.
They do. This is. I mean, I'm just saying for like talk about growth of a team and development and believing that you're as good as anybody. This to me is a very. I mean, it's only one of 82, of course, but I think this is a big game, just like it's a big game for the Knicks. I agree with what the Knicks player said, Kat. You want to win. You want to win the game, prove to yourself. And same thing with the Islanders. And I think they're both. So I will be watching the Islander game actually. But if I was rooting for the Knicks, if I was watching it, I'll probably watch both. I'd be rooting for them to win. The entire thing about the banner. I just want to say one thing. People make something important because they're trying to make money out of it. And then they're trying to put the importance on me. I don't have to think it's important. It's not making me any money. It's not. I like the championships. I'm not rooting against my team, but I could care less.
Right.
It's a money making thing.
All right. So here's two things. Number one, it is actually an interesting game, Don, because the Islanders have 41 points, the Red Wings have 39. If the Islanders lose, the Red Wings could move up and tie them as far as the standings in the conference. So that's one thing to keep in mind. A win makes it 4 in a row, gets them to 20 wins. It's really starting to build. But the idea that somebody created something to make money off of, isn't that what sports is? Pro sports is literally creating something to make money off it and to tell you should care about this, which is why I always think it's funny how here in the States we get things backwards. The regular season is 6 months, and that's irrelevant. The 2 months after it is the only thing that matters. So you could be the best team for 6 months, and no one cares. But if you're the best team for 2 months, that's the greatest thing in the world. That's ass backwards. But it's sold that way, and we consume it as such.
Well, because everybody wants to add playoff teams to make the regular season more meaningful.
Right.
So that teams that had no shot now have a shot.
Mm-hmm.
But what they've done is make the regular season irrelevant for the other half of the teams that now don't need these games because they know they're going to make the playoffs. So for those ancillary teams, like the Islanders, the regular season's important.
It really
they weren't guaranteed a playoff spot when it started, right? But for teams like the Avalanche, teams like Carolina, I know I'm going to the playoffs. So in the Florida knows eventually when they get Barkov back and they get Kachuk back, they're going to go to the playoffs, right? But you keep adding these playoff teams, so that means that for a large percentage of the league, these regular season games have become meaningless.
Yeah.
And the NBA has been forced now to come up with this cup because to make their regular season a little bit more exciting. But there's other aspects to it I want to bring up when we come back. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, we're going to take you up until 7 o'clock. We've got 6 o'clock, we got ENN, and then Ty Butler at 7 is going to lead you into our coverage at 8 o'clock of the Knicks and the Spurs in the NBA Cup right here on Let's talk about it Tuesday, driven by Ramsey Mazda.
Sure
it's
was.
the experience of driving a new Mazda and buying a new Mazda from Ramsey Mazda. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda on ESPN New York.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's your last chance to donate for 2025. Last chance! Donate now for a 2025 tax deduction.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Friends, it's football season, the best time of the year. You should be out there tailgating, cheering on your team, and enjoying every Sunday. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, sciatica, or nerve pain, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. You don't have to live like that. There's help. Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain is New Jersey's top pain specialist. He's Ivy League trained, double board certified, and is dedicated to helping you get back in the game. Here's what makes the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical image-guided procedures that deliver real results. Dr. Shaw treats neck pain, back pain, joint pain, migraines, nerve pain, and sciatica with a plan that's customized for you. Same-day and next-day appointments are available, and with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood, relief is always close. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Visit SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Most major insurances are accepted. That's SandwellPain.com. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
Discover a driving experience crafted to inspire. At Garden City Mazda, exceptional design and sophisticated performance come together. During the Mazda More to Move You sales event, lease the 2025 Mazda CX-5 for $229 a month for 33 months. Or the 2025 Mazda CX-50 for $239 a month for 33 months. Both with $49.95 due at signing. It's the Mazda More to Move You sales event at Garden City Mazda. At Garden City Mazda, expect the exceptional.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football. It's a pepper thing.
At AT&T, we guarantee our network so you can talk college football with your BFF while taking Buster to the vet.
Hey, yeah, I can't believe he ate the whole thing of chicken wings.
And I can't believe we're staging a comeback. Touchdown!
Yes!
Yes!
Staying connected matters. That's why in the rare event of a network outage, you'll automatically get a bill credit for a full day's service. For wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers, must be connected to impacted tower at onset of outage. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for full details.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope, it's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, commitment issues? No problem. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month forever, as in for life. Switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, you may experience slower speeds. Pay $25 a month as long as you stay on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
You know, there's a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda.
What
It's
are
their
they?
selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings during the More to Move You event. Lease a new Mazda 2025 CX-50 2.5 S Select with all-wheel drive for $199 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN SN 385912, MSRP $32,795. Zero security deposit, ends 1/2/26.
So they want movement from you, right? More to move you event?
More to move you.
So they want do you get movement when you come see our cars?
Now, what Danny was saying about the meaningful game for the Islanders. Listen, it's December. The Islanders have proven they're a good team. You shouldn't get that upset if they lose this game tonight. Plus, they're in second place. Detroit in the Atlantic Division's in third. So the Islanders aren't thinking about a wild card, so they shouldn't really care about Detroit at this point. But Danny thinks it's a big game, so it becomes a big game. Like, that's how it is for fans. Like, there are certain times during the course of a regular season where you're like, man, this is a really important game. You want to get this one, you know? It's tied at 1 in the third period. You know, this is a big third period. You want to get this one, you know? Like this game tonight for the Rangers, I don't want to speak for Anthony, it's become a pretty big game, right? You haven't been good at home. You just lost to the Ducks last night, and now you're taking on a Canucks team that's not very good. They just traded their best player away. Apparently, looking at the morning skate, some of their best players, like Brock Besser, not in the game tonight, possibly. You got to get 2. So now that becomes a big game. So maybe to the rest of the world, it's not. Well, why is this a big game? It's the middle of December in hockey. Why would it be? Because for Ranger fans, tonight's a big game. For Islander fans, tonight's a big game. And, you know, for Karl Anthony Towns, he thinks this is going to be a stepping stone to possibly winning the title. So it's a big game for the Knicks. So it's all in the eye of the beholder, Alan.
Of course it is. It's all what it matters. What it matters to you. And that's why I said, it's like we were talking about music before. It's like, if it moves me, I don't care if it doesn't move you. What the NBA wants is just more people that it moves than not moves. That's what they're trying to do till eventually it becomes something
Right, I'm sorry.
Well, I'm saying eventually it becomes something that the majority of the people care. Like, one reaction I'm getting here is it's an exhibition game. The players don't even care about the regular season game. Stop hyping this nonsense. You don't get it, Robert. You don't get it. It's not hyping nonsense. It's discussing something about a team that people care about. How am I hyping nonsense? I'm not hyping anything. It's a significant game for a team that is trying to prove it can be a winner. You're saying it's nonsense because you don't give a damn about it.
That aggravates me, the whole, like, we're not hyping anything. It's a game. And what else is going on tonight?
They're keeping score. The winner gets a trophy. Okay. Do you want to win it or not? So, Robert, if you were in a competition with somebody for a trophy, are you like, I don't care, I don't want a damn trophy? Okay, then you're a loser. Because most people are competitive people that if there's something on the line, no matter what it is, I'm fighting you for it.
But I will tell you.
That's all this is.
I pray this doesn't happen. But if somebody gets hurt in this game,
don't speak that into existence.
Tomorrow is going to be unreal.
Morbid.
And people will curse this cup till kingdom come.
You are absolutely right.
You know, and I'm not just talking. Listen, I'm talking about, you know, if Wemby re-aggravates his injury or somebody significant on the Spurs, or one day,
yeah,
you know,
because
somebody's going to get hurt in this game.
Because this game doesn't count.
You know, maybe 10 years, 100 years, someday somebody's of significance is going to get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And it costs them a chance, and people will, I don't think they'll ever be able to live it down.
And they won't be wrong.
Because
it's one thing if this game counted as a game, as a real game, where now it goes from 18 wins to 19 wins. So you're still carrying something. Because you could say, well, they could have lost. They could have gotten hurt in any regular season game. That's fine, but that game actually counts. This game doesn't. Guys, if Jalen Brunson goes for 65 points, it would be a Knicks franchise record that wouldn't count.
See, that is so, it's so true. So interesting. All the records, anything significant that happened other than you getting the cup if you win,
right,
will not go into the standings. And really, we did not start having conversations about how meaningless all-star games were until guys started getting hurt in them. I remember when Mike Richter got hurt. You know,
Pro Bowl.
Yeah, the Pro Bowl.
They don't even play it anymore.
And that's when it's like they will lose people. This will not work if one day a team of significance loses a player of significance and it costs them a championship.
You're right.
If you have what happened, I'm trying to come up with an example because again I don't want to
the
talk
Charlie
it into
McAvoy in the Four Nations. That's one where, but because you're playing for your country, it changed the feeling. Right? Because
it still bothers
doesn't matter,
people
but
in Boston.
How would it not?
Now the Bruins aren't competing for a Stanley Cup. They're not that great, but I'm telling you, like what happened to Patrick Mahomes in the game on Sunday, if something like that happened to a significant NBA player in the championship game,
that'd be hard to explain.
The NBA might have to revisit it because
that'd be hard.
Would be hard. That'd be tough.
Because how much now next year will there be guys that if a team wins a pool, they get to the quarterfinal and they're like, we don't want to win this.
Yeah,
like we're good. We got this far. We're good.
And that's what you don't. That's what you don't want to have happen if you're the NBA.
Yeah,
because then you wouldn't be able to get up from it. But listen, injuries happen and all that, but. And even if the game happened against the Magic, well, at least it still counts towards the standings, right? It's still technically a regular season game. But in that championship game, which would end up being game 83, a little bit of a different situation. Just hope that something like that isn't going to happen. But you surprised Ben in the car, Alan. Ben, you're on ESPN New York. What's up? Hey, Ben, I know he surprised you getting you on right away, but it's so topical. Alan just upset you now.
Yeah.
What happened?
No, it's all good, guys. Good to talk to you. Look, I don't understand why the stats from this game don't count. Why is that any different than a regular postseason? I understand it throws off points per game and those types of things, but why can't Adam Silver or whoever just say the stats from tonight, they do count?
Because you can't. What happens is that only 2 teams get the extra game. Everybody else in the league plays 82. You get 83. Which then is like this unfair, like I get an extra game, I can end up with more points in the season,
right?
And I got the extra game out of it, so it's like an unfair advantage for a team.
I get that.
That's what
I understand that, and that's fair. Because why should you get an extra game,
right? As a team, remember.
However, if Brunson broke the Knick record for points, since it doesn't involve anybody else in the league. Couldn't that still?
I'm trying to figure out if that would be recognized.
Couldn't that still be recognized?
But would it be with an asterisk? Because first of all, let's go. Records are records, right? Does it? If a franchise is saying this is the most points scored in a game and they want to own it as such, I don't think anybody argues.
But the answer if he went out there and broke the rec for points, I mean, he scored 110 points.
Whatever.
You're telling me that would not be the record?
I think
that doesn't affect the rest of the league.
I just think it would be because it's almost like in the preseason, somebody goes for 65 points,
or in the postseason, right?
Well, at least in the postseason, those records carry because now it becomes a playoff record.
But that's a playoff record.
But it's still a record.
Could this get thrown into the? Well, it's odd. It is odd. 1-800-919-3776. So much to discuss. ENN coming up at 6. Take you up until 7 o'clock. Ty Butler's got you covered from 7 to 8, and then our coverage of the Knicks and the Spurs, the NBA Cup. Coming up right here on ESPN New York.
The holidays are here, and Amazon Pickup is your MVP of package pickup. Need that perfect gift like a brand new jersey for the big game? With Amazon Pickup, you can grab your order from secure Amazon lockers or counters near you on your schedule at no extra cost. It's fast, it's easy, and it keeps your holiday surprises tucked safely away. So whether you're running from work or heading to the holiday party, Amazon Pickup makes holiday shopping worry-free. Find your nearest Amazon Pickup location at amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks, guys. It's a gridlock alert day, and we've got the Rangers home tonight at MSG. Might want to consider using mass transit. Not an easy ride right now heading into Midtown. West Side Highway southbound. Still have a crash in the left lane by the 79th Street Boat Basin. Slow crawl there from the inbound George. Not much better on the FDR southbound. They picked up that broken down car by the 59th Street Bridge. Now we've got a new one in the 90s. Delays go back onto the Harlem River Drive. Inbound George about 5 to 10 for the upper deck. Cross Bronx East eastbound keeps you jammed heading toward Castle Hill Avenue. A collision out there in the right lane. Best of it's the outbound George, southbound Deegan and Henry Hudson. Outbound Lincoln, your best ride 15 to 20. Outbound Helena Run you close to 40. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
That 365 is paying out before. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on September 24, 2016, when Tulsa found themselves down 31-0 to Fresno State. With 10 minutes left in the second quarter, Tulsa fought back to tie the game at 41. And then won 48-41 in double overtime.
ServPro. Like it never even happened.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, this is Mika Zibanejad.
Hey, this is Adam Fox. Catch every Rangers game right here on 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Game time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time,
it's Tully time.
It's Tully time. I mean, we went from not much last night to just a whole bunch of stuff tonight. On a cold winter's night, sit in front of the TV or the radio and experience a ton of sports, including the Cup Championship between the Knicks and the Spurs. And that coverage will begin right here on ESPN New York after Ty Butler at 8 o'clock. The Rangers, they're going to be on 1050 against the Canucks. That coverage will begin at 6:30. Dan Grosso will have the pregame for that. St. John's will be on our air as well. They're taking on DePaul. You can hear that on ESPN New York's app at 6:40. And we were talking about the Islanders and the Red Wings. They'll be playing coming up at 7 o'clock tonight. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action, enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. All right, we talked about the baseball and the lack there of any kind of signings or anything. Polanco signs with the Mets. That happened over the weekend. I do find it interesting. I don't want to call out Michael Kay, but
you are?
But he's an example of this, where you say, well, Steve Cohen's sitting on $23 billion. So why doesn't he take advantage of that and spend all the money? Why are you pinching pennies? And then they sign Polanco for $20 a year, and it's like, well, I think that's too much. Well, what's the truth? Should he spend the money or not? Like, again, Alonso wasn't re-signed not because of money, but because they didn't want to clog up first base for the next 5 years, or more importantly, their DH position for the next 5 years. They think they could do better, and we'll see if they can.
But you brought up a great point off the air. We didn't get a chance to talk it on the air. Polanco is going to basically replace Nimmo's numbers, not from center field because he's not a center fielder. He's a shortstop. He's a second baseman. Might convert to first base because of his bum knee. But they're hoping that his offense will replace Nimmo's offense that just went out the door.
Right. The problem that everybody's doing is that because the talk is that they think he could play first base, which he's never played at the major league level, that his offensive production, like how do you replace that at first base when that's what Alonso gave you? And it's like, you're missing the point. His numbers, if you look at them when he's healthy, is Nimmo.
Right.
But he is a better defender as an infield defender, although with that knee, I'm sure they don't want him playing short. They don't want him playing second. They don't want him having to move and maneuver. They're thinking he can cover ground at first, and that it's like, I mean, they take catchers and make them play first. They take DHs.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like first.
Doesn't always work. Didn't work for Mike Piazza.
No, but I'm saying, they have used first base as a place to put people who aren't plus defenders. And they're trying to get somebody that can do it and plus. And they think they can get
switch hitters.
That's what, right. And that's the other part. Is the offense, I think, speaks for itself. The concern is the defense. But I think people were making the wrong parallel. This is the guy replacing Alonso? No, not in offense. They still haven't gotten the guy to replace Alonso. You need somebody that's going to protect Soto in the lineup.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know if it's Bellinger, to be honest with you. I don't know if Bellinger's that guy, although Bellinger did hit behind Judge.
Right.
And so he's already kind of done the protect the batter kind of. He's a very selective hitter. His numbers are very good, and he's a plus defender. So you have to see what happens with Bellinger. The Tatis stuff, smoke, there's fire, so keep an eye on that. There are other ways that you can replace Alonso's offense, but Polanco is not that. That's not what they're doing here. They're doing a short-term fix in an area where they know they're going to need somebody there. That's all it is. This isn't a finished product.
No, it's not a finished product
why am I
all.
defending David Stearns? I feel like
because the fans are going
this?
nuts because they think this is going to be the opening day roster, and it's not.
No.
Now, you talk
if it
about
is, everybody
there's
gets
smoke,
fired.
there's fire, just continuing rumors around the Mets and the Padres.
Yep.
Now, who's coming back? Apparently, they really want their closer,
Mason Miller.
Yeah. Now, so they're going after Mason Miller.
Yeah.
They signed Devin Williams. When they got him, he's our closer. Devin Williams said, they told me that he's the closer.
Yeah.
Now you're hearing rumors that they want Mason Miller, which tells you that maybe there is room for a pivot, and he's better than Diaz at this stage of his career. And maybe the Mets think, all right, to get one of the best closers in baseball, I'm going to have to give up something. And I've always felt like Lindor was expendable to the Mets, but not someone they can move because of the contract.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're back to that same old song and dance. Do you take Bogarts
that would be
to be able to get Miller? He becomes your shortstop, around the same age, a little bit cheaper, not the same player, but you've improved it there. But no, you don't feel good about that.
No.
Unless there really is something that they're concerned about between Lindor and Soto. And there's an issue there where they feel like they've got to move Lindor. If that's the case, you know how devastating that is?
Yeah.
You bring in Soto, and now he's going to be dictating one of your stars has to go because he's not getting along with Lindor, and now I've got to devalue myself at shortstop. Now, if you're telling me I get Tatis Jr., well, now we're talking, and maybe we've actually improved ourselves, and I can live with Bogarts being my shortstop. But if you're telling me that I'm going to get Mason Miller and Bogarts for Lindor, and the reason is because he doesn't get along with Juan Soto, that's not good.
Do you remember the story that came out about Soto when they were talking about signing him? And they talked about the lineup and his concern about the lineup. Right. That was one of the things, I think it was a passing story. Whoever wrote the big story that gave you the whole breakdown of all the things that went down. And it was that Soto had concerns about the lineup, which is what prompted them to then sign Alonso, because they didn't have another protect him in the lineup back. And so you could tell that Soto, he might not be like a big voice guy in the locker room. He might be a guy that sort of keeps to himself. But he definitely is aware of everything around him and everything that involves him being at his best.
Yeah.
And I who's to say that he doesn't have a say? Like, you got to believe that there's got to be something to making sure that they just gave this guy a massive contract and a long-term commitment. And if you don't think, I would argue that I think Soto knew more about the Alonso and knew more about Nimmo than Mendoza. Mendoza sounded like he had no idea Alonso was gone.
Right.
Like Mendoza sounded like he had no idea that they were going to lose the players they lost, that he wasn't in on it. If I was Mendoza, I'd be a little worried that I'm cut out.
And that's a Stearns problem. That's a Cohen problem more than it is a Soto problem, because just like Judge with the Yankees, when you commit that kind of money in term to a player, he becomes a part of the process. He just does.
Yep.
He's got 14 years left on his contract. You're going to run things by Juan Soto. I'm not saying he becomes a general manager, but you run things past Judge, right? You just have to. He's part of the process now. So if you're David Stearns and you find out that Soto and Lindor don't get along with each other, and it's an issue.
Soto doesn't love him.
Who's gonna lose the face-off? Lindor's going to lose the face-off.
Yeah.
Plus, you get rid of a big contract. So there are benefits to it, but I don't want that to be the sole purpose. If I can get Tatis Jr. from San Diego, I'm good. I could do that. But if it's strict Lindor to San Diego for Bogarts and Miller, as much as it improves their closer situation, I don't.
Back end of the bullpen would get really good, which was a major problem. But what it also, like, to me, isn't it funny how a year ago there was this sense of this big victory of landing Juan Soto and what it would mean for the Mets. And did you had no idea that a year later Juan Soto would be the reason why the core that you were in love with is no longer there.
Yeah.
Because he came in, spent a year, and went, these guys aren't winners. We got to do better.
Right, and Lindor's coming off a tough year defensively, and we know how important run prevention is.
And he's not getting younger.
Now, I don't know that Bogarts is that much better a defender than Lindor at the stages of their career.
Physically, can he stay healthy?
Yeah, so but if they think Miller's the guy, and then that's a pretty good 8-9 combination of Williams and Miller.
Yeah.
But
they could say that with Devin Williams. If you have a previous relationship, you can say, you're our closer for now. Now, we might do some other things that would make you the setup guy. And Devin Williams was still happy enough to say, I'll come, right? Because if it doesn't work out, when they can't make a deal for Mason Miller, then you are a closer. So I don't think they lied to him. I think they kind of just like, that's how we're going to sell it as this, because we don't know. Because if they went like, well, we'll see how it goes. If you're the Padres, you're like, well, now you're stuck. Like, so you don't ever want to reveal all your cards.
If I have a chance to improve, I am going to try to improve, and that would be an improvement.
How big of a concern is it for you if it starts to feel like Juan Soto's fingerprints are all over a lot of these moves to reconstruct the clubhouse? How much does that bother you as a fan?
It bothers me because I don't want players to dictate, because I don't think players make for good general managers.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they're kind of becoming, is like, I don't.
But is Stearns the type that's going to just take orders from a player? I think you're going to lean on, you're going to listen to his input, and maybe if it matches what you feel, you might have said, I didn't like the clubhouse, I didn't like the vibe, that player's numbers are declining, and so now Juan Soto doesn't like him either. All right, that's the last box I need to check.
That's the way it is. Like if I'm leaning towards this, and then Juan Soto says, yeah, I think that's a good idea, well, then I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
If Juan Soto's making demands, I have a problem with that.
Right.
If Juan Soto's not saying anything and the Mets are so scared of him, they're like, we've got to do something, otherwise he's going to speak up. I wouldn't like that either. Mm-hmm. I want, part of the process is one thing. Dictating direction is quite the other.
I don't think he's doing that. I do think it has to do with whatever sense they were getting from him and the idea of building. Well, look, first of all, if you have him now and you have him for as long as you have him, aren't you trying to build a lineup around him?
Yes, you are.
All right, so then you're trying to find the pieces that fit best.
Or maybe is it just, hey, there's truth that there was a lack of chemistry in that clubhouse,
which we saw all season.
We saw it. We saw a collapse in the second half. We've seen this team not be able to piece together a full season, right?
Yeah, Don,
they make the run 2 years ago because of a great second half. But a lot of these guys were a part of the team that blew it in the second half in 22. Blew it in the second half this year.
Epically blew it this year.
And so, hey, I need to change the construction. And what have we always said leading into, before Juan Soto was here, the leader of this team was Lindor. As much as Alonso was a great player and everybody loved him and he was a fan favorite, the leader was Lindor.
Yeah.
And if you've got problems with the clubhouse, then you have to have a problem with the leader, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so if Lindor ends up getting traded, I'd like to err on the side of maybe they know a little bit more than we do. Maybe it's not about the numbers or run prevention, is that something's going on in that room. If I'm David Stearns, I didn't trade for Lindor. I didn't give Lindor a 10-year contract.
Yep.
I think I could do better at shortstop, just like I think I could do better at first, and I could do better at center.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the fans are going to flip out because we don't know what the pivot is. Obviously, if they get Bogarts back, I know who the shortstop is.
Yeah.
And you mentioned the fact that, Polanco can play short, so if Bogarts did get hurt, we have a shortstop that can play.
Even though his knee's a little wonky.
So you're starting to see at least the foundation of what it might look like. But I still think it's going to take a little time. But they've said you'll see it on opening day. So let's see what the rest of this winter is going to present.
Keep in mind, too, Polanco had some huge hits for the Mariners in their run, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
He came up big in the postseason. Now, did he have big regular season numbers? No. But you kind of like the players that when it means the most, they play their best. Just keep that in mind, right? I think that's important. Another guy also, just like Simeon, that is this clubhouse, he's not a big voice, but a well-liked, well-respected, guys, not going to cause trouble, more or less a unifier, good personality type of person. I do think there is more of a drive to do that, which feels like they're trying to turn the soil over in that clubhouse. Yep. Clearly, that's what they're trying to do. And I'll say it again. If I'm Mendoza, I'm a little concerned because this happened under your watch, that this all fell apart under your watch, which tells me you might be a little too soft with your players.
Might be.
You might not have a good feel for the room, and you might have one more year, and I might need to get another manager if I don't feel
everybody's on
you're
notice.
the right guy.
As much
because that was an epic collapse, Don.
As much as we all love these
he had
players,
no answers.
It's not leading to anything just yet. So. Yeah, I hated to see Alonso go. I would hate to see Lindor go. I like those players. But they haven't won anything, and I'd like to see, does he think he can do better? And like I said, I keep saying it until the day it happens. If it doesn't work, I'll be the first one there online to rip.
Oh, absolutely.
But let's see what this looks like. And we don't even know if there's anything, but something seemed to be brewing between the Mets and the Padres, and it's probably something to keep an eye on. We had a caller who was on hold. We lost them. I'm not sure why. About Soto had issues in San Diego. The issues in San Diego were Machado, apparently.
It was Machado and Tatis.
So there's history with him.
Tatis was very immature, did a lot of things me first, did a lot of things that were, central for himself, and Machado didn't like it. And they called him out.
Michael brought this up because Michael's done a lot of work with so a lot of Met fans didn't like it, but Michael's connected, and he was the one that said about Soto being grumpy, whatever the word that he used. But
oh yeah,
one of the things that Michael said that I think is very true. Soto's all about business. He's all about baseball. Okay,
it's true.
And you can make the case that there was a lot of things going on that might not have been about baseball with the Mets, and they kind of have a history of that a little bit. So, and that's the Yankees are always very buttoned up. Maybe he likes that, and maybe he's like, maybe the reason he's not getting along with players is something that Stearns may look and say, I'm on the same wavelength with him.
I need you to be
what
about
he
baseball.
Doesn't like, I don't like either, because there's a lot of goofing around. There's a lot of things that aren't working, and you guys haven't won anything. So when we get down to it, you're not winning, you collapsed, you haven't been able to put a full season together. Maybe that's one of the reasons why.
Yeah.
And we're
I
not
don't want
talking
a bunch
about
of jabronis in this clubhouse.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like I want guys that are about it. That I want you to be baseball nerds. It's all you care about. It's all you want to do. And that all this other stuff, we can have fun, but it's more fun to win than anything else. If you had a choice, a lot of Mets fans, and I'm curious how this would be answered. If you had a choice to go back in time, do you want the core of your team to stay together, or do you want Juan Soto? You can't have both. Which one would you want?
Well, I mean, as a Met fan,
he doesn't sign with you last year.
Right.
And everybody stays. Is that what you wanted?
I want to build a team around Juan Soto. I mean, I like the core, but what have they won? Now you could say, well, what does Soto want? Well, he won a World Series
as a kid.
He went to a World Series the year before he came to the Mets
as a key piece.
All right. So, and he's one of the best players in baseball, and he is the best player on the Mets. So when you want to, I'm not saying it's a rebuild, but if you're retooling, reimagining the Mets, you'd want to do it around Juan Soto
with a very young player,
a bunch
who's
of other
one of the
guys that have been nice. They've been good at times, great, but haven't done anything for
All right, so if, again, I give you the hot tub time machine, and you could go back and Soto stays with the Yankees, you never get him, and your core that now is breaking up doesn't get broken up, and instead everybody just gets signed and everybody stays, would you rather undo it or not? Because you can't have both. Which one would you want?
I would go with
You would go
Soto.
with give me Soto and let me rebuild.
Again, those guys haven't. They could say, well, Soto didn't win here either.
Do you think Met fans would agree with you?
Well, based on how they've reacted, I don't think so. But climb aboard. 1-800-919-3776. We got a full show till 7 o'clock. Jimmy is in Montclair. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Jimmy?
Hey, how are you guys?
Good.
Good. Hey, two quick things. One with the Mets and Soto, and one as a double season ticket holder. So with Soto, there was an interview that he did, and I completely forgot the name of the media outlet that he did it for, but it was in Spanish, and he had mentioned that he knew about Alonso not coming back before anyone did. So now that Hahn had mentioned about maybe him having some control about this team, it really does make me wonder, like, how much pull does he have? Is he going to do a Aaron Rodgers on us, or what's going on?
No,
and then the second thing...
All right, go ahead with the second thing.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
The second thing is, Don, as a double season ticket holder for a while, who do we have to keep in net now? Because it's like Markstrom can't stay healthy. Allen, he has his games here and there, and, I mean, Pesci's back, Hughes is back, but still,
it's a problem.
It's been a roller coaster this year.
I'll answer that in a second.
Can I give you the outlet? I can give you the quote. Because I know exactly what you're talking about. So, yes, it was a Spanish TV station. And his interview, he said, quote, before the news came out, we already knew what was going to happen. Like I said, I always keep in contact with the team, end quote.
Yeah.
That's pretty telling.
Well, but also, he signed with the Mets, and he was concerned about his protection in the lineup. So before he signed with the Mets, I'm sure he or his agent said, what's the plan with Pete Alonso? He's a free agent. Are you bringing him back?
Who's his agent?
Scott Boras.
Who's Pete Alonso's agent?
Scott Boras.
Okay.
All right. So they know, everyone knew, the contract they gave Alonso with they knew he was going to opt out, that this was a temporary fix, and that he was probably gone. You don't have to be Zoltar to figure out
good reference. Strange pull
that Alonso was going to be gone. So for him, it's not like he had any inside information. I think he wanted to know what's the plan with Alonso, and it's like, listen, he's got a year, but he's most likely going to opt out, and if he opts out, he's not coming back. That's something I'd want to know before I signed. So he probably knew when he signed here, he only had Alonso for 1 year. And they probably told him, listen, take a look at some of the players that are going to be available in the winter of 25. We're going to replace them, and we're going to be a better team.
Yeah, and
let's see.
Yeah, and it's in Boris' interest as well.
And for people that wonder if there's a plan, if Soto knew that Alonso was going to be gone, he still signed here. Now, you could say it was all about the money, and yes, certainly was, but also he talked about wanting the protection and leaving Judge. He must have had some assurances that they were going to do everything they can to get him a quality baseball team beyond that first year with the Mets.
It's very interesting. Has this become his team? I mean, he's very dialed in.
No,
he's
it's his
making
team.
It clear.
It became his team when they gave him 15 years.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right?
Yeah. You have a problem with it? Again, do you? I'd rather have the player who's locked in for 15 years who's also locked in on my team. Doesn't go into the offseason, disappears, and says, well, that's not my job. That's his job. Whatever they do. No, I want the guy that's like, what's the list of players? Who we get? That tells me that he's invested. I kind of like that.
And as far as the Devil one, listen, right now, if you take a look at the way things have gone, Markstrom is the number one.
What's Marky's contract?
Well, they just gave him a two-year contract, $6 a year. So a 2 year. So there's the perception that he's the number one because he's making the most money, and they brought him back and they gave him a contract.
Well, they acquired him to be the number one.
But I think it's still very fluid. I mean, Allen's played well at times.
Yeah, he's been good.
And there's been times, that game against Tampa. Markstrom got pulled, giving up 3 goals on 7 shots. They still scored 5 more against Allen. I think it's very fluid. Listen, Sheldon Keefe wants to win games. I remember talking to him at the beginning of the season. We live in a world in the NHL where your backups play north of 25 games anyway. Your backup's going to probably play 30 or more games. because the analytics tell you, what Sheldon explained, that in the NHL, if your starter plays more than like 65% of the games, that's not good.
Wasn't that Brodeur, though? Brodeur used to
play.
He never sat out.
Ever. The backup would play like 5 games. So seriously,
no.
Take a look at some of the starts that Brodeur had. And Grant Fuhr, Grant Fuhr one year played, I think, 79 games.
Yeah, that was a different
crazy.
World.
But they don't want you playing more than like 60-65% of the game. So your backup is going to play a lot.
Yeah.
And if your backup's better, your backup then becomes the number one. I don't think that they're completely sold on, well, it's got to be Markey that's the starting goaltender. If Allen starts to play well,
it's whoever's hot.
It's of course.
Yeah.
But even hot, like there'd be times like, oh, God, Brodeur needs a rest, man. He's played like 20 straight games. And then he'd go out and shut the Sabres out. I was like, well, you got to bring him back. He just made 25 saves and shut the Sabres out. Like, that doesn't happen.
It's true.
So they're both going to play.
Wasn't Henrik like that too? Henrik never wanted to sit out.
Henrik didn't want to sit out.
Never
either.
wanted to sit.
But here's the money line from Keefe, the head coach of the Devils the other day. He's like, good or bad, don't focus on the performance of the goaltender. It's all predicated on how they play in front of him. Allen won the other night because the Devils played great against the Ducks, and they won. He said, we played terrible against Tampa. Both goaltenders looked awful. He says, there are times a goaltender can steal a game, and there are times that a goaltender loses you a game. But for the most part, what happened with the goaltender is what happened in front of him. And right now, the team's not playing well in front of him. Neither of these goaltenders have looked particularly good because you lost Pesce, you lost Hughes. Now you've played the last couple of games without Meyer. Now they put Nemitz on not long term. They put him on IR, and they're not playing particularly well. So everybody focuses on the goaltender. I thought it was interesting, the defense of the goaltender.
You could say that about the Rangers too, though, right? Because we know Shesterkin is one of the best in the league, but there are times he looks awful, and you see how frustrated he looks at times. It's not. I don't think he's frustrated himself. I think he's frustrated in what he sees in front of him.
And no better example of sometimes it's how you play in front of you, because he gave up like 4 goals on 12 shots against Montreal. The Rangers played out of their mind, came back from 3-0 down and 4-2 down to win the game. So it's not always about how your goaltender plays. It shouldn't be always about how your goaltender plays.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting in defense of the goalies, that maybe the rest of the team has got to play better as well. 1-800-919-3776. Alan asked, if you're a Met fan, you want to go back in time, not sign Juan Soto and keep everybody? Or do you like what this has developed if Soto ends up being maybe the last man standing on that on the team from last year? 1-800-919-3776. Don Hahn and Rosenberg till 7 o'clock here on ESPN New York.
Listen up, New York. It's football season, and you should be out there enjoying every play, every tailgate, every moment. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. That's where Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain comes in. He's one of New Jersey's top pain specialists, Ivy League trained, double board certified, and dedicated to getting you back in the game. Here's the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical, image-guided procedures that get real results. Dr. Shaw treats everything from neck pain, back pain, migraines, nerve pain, and chronic joint pain. And he builds a custom game plan that's right for you. Same day or next day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. And yes, most major insurances are accepted. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Go to SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
There are small risks in life, like giving a kid a football to play with in the house.
Whoa, watch out for the... Okay.
And then there are big gambles, like giving a kid a lottery ticket. Never gift a lottery ticket to a person under 18. Learn more about how to gift responsibly during the holidays at playresponsiblyny.com. Please gift responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. K-A-R-S Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S Cars for Kids. 1-877-CARS for Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's our last chance to donate for 2025.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. It's a gridlock alert day and a couple of problem spots out there on the roads. Staten Island Expressway westbound jammed heading over to the West Shore over by Richmond Avenue. It's a crash in the center lane. Delays are starting to back up across the Verrazano onto the Brooklyn side. No relief on the Cross Bronx eastbound. Still have this crash over by Castle Avenue. Right lane is out, starting to back you up at the inbound George. Upper deck going to run you about 10 to 15 minutes. Doing better on the West Side Highway southbound. They cleaned up that accident by the 79th Street Boat Basin. Still your best ride to the outbound George, southbound Deegan and Henry Hudson. Outbound Lincoln going to run you about 20 to 30. Outbound Holland close to 40. This report is sponsored by the Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Well, the PCA can help. It's a national nonprofit developing better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. More info at positivecoach.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Joe Schoen continuing to dig his own grave Younghoe Koo has been waived by the Giants. So
yeah, well,
another kicker. He missed 2 field goals. Listen, the games don't mean anything.
No, but it does.
You missed 2 more field goals. I texted you guys on the thread. I'm doing the Devil game, so during the intermissions, I'm checking the score.
Yeah,
and I see that he missed 2 field goals. And so I text the thread, like, did he at least make contact with the ball? And we got to that point.
He did hit the ball. He didn't hit it well. It's amazing because Dable was using who was the kick? Remember because they had Koo in
McInerney,
and then they had the Irish kid,
the international one, because he doesn't count towards the roster spot.
And they brought him in, and Dable used him instead, and he was terrible. And so, like, if I was Joe Schoen, I'd been like, I got you, kicker. This guy's got experience. You're not using him. And Dable was probably like, because I've seen him, he sucks too. Because apparently Koo's lost it. There was a time, though, where with Atlanta, he was good.
Well, the other problem from that game, and again, great roster management, was that Jamie Gillen wasn't playing because on that horrible play that everybody laughed at, Jamie Gillen actually hurt his knee. So he was out. Then Gunnar Olszewski, we saw what happened to him in the Patriot game. He's still on another planet.
Yeah.
So he had a concussion. They didn't know if he was going to be able to clear. Now, he didn't clear concussion protocol. Did they bring up anybody that could not only return punts, but also hold? Because the backup to Gillen as the holder was Olszewski? No. It was the backup punter that had to hold. So I think, even though Koo got waived and didn't do well, he kept looking down on these kicks. Like, was that held in the right place? So once again, another great special teams effort by the Giants.
I've been trying to defend Joe. I can't defend him.
No, I can't defend him.
This is indefensible.
But the scary thing is, he's now the cow in Me, Myself, and Irene. If you remember that Jim Carrey movie where Renee Zellweger, where there's a cow on the road, got hit by something. He's like, oh, we got to do something. And the cow moves. And so Jim Carrey proceeds to put like 10 bullets in the cow's head, and the cow just won't die. And then finally he sticks his fingers in the cow's nose, and you hear a gurgling sound, then it dies. Then later on in the movie, you find out, and he shot at a prize cow. That cow might not survive. Like the cow's still alive. Or if you want more movie analogies, I'll give them to you, because this is the only entertaining thing about the Giants.
Okay.
He's the clown in Billy Madison.
Oh, boy.
That falls off the stilts and blood's coming out of its mouth. And later on in the movie, he's like, you thought I was dead. That's Joe Schoen. Because the problem for us that want everybody to just clean house, like a big broom, just sweep it out, is that, and I have to tread lightly here because we're talking about a man and his life. The thing that kind of scares me is, what shape is John Mara in? He's with his cancer, that Joe Schoen might be the decision maker because there's nobody else to do it. And as John is fighting with his cancer battle, and we hope he wins it, and that should be his sole focus, because what good's a football team if you're not alive? But at the same time, like, is Joe Schoen going to keep his job because there's nobody else there to let him go?
We do know, obviously, there's other members of the family that are still involved in the team. And we do know, of course, that Tish is,
Tish is not a football guy.
He's not a football guy, but it doesn't mean, he's got money invested in this. And so does some other people, as we know. But even though it's not a majority, it's still people of significance. So do they have to get their heads together and work together and say, well, let's get some help to hire the right person?
Here's the issue. And again, all we know is he's fighting a cancer battle. We don't know how bad it is. We do know he's undergone treatment.
Yeah.
We've heard from Jordan Ronan that he has been traveling road games, which is very disturbing because he always travels, that there's an issue. But I'm sure the Giants don't want the world to know about these. You start bringing in other football people, what kind of message is that going to send? That maybe John is in a lot of trouble, right? So you're trying to be sensitive to his situation, but how much of where this organization is going moving forward is contingent on his cancer battle, and you want to be sensitive to it, but at the same time, fans want to see that the team's moving in the right direction as much as you want John to be better. Can both things happen? Can he be better and the team be run the right way? And that's why I wonder, is Joe Schoen in the position that he's in, because he's the football guy. He is the guy that's going to handle this. John trusts him, but you're not winning games. You haven't won a game since you let Dable go. It's bad, and it's getting worse. And now, and the one game they will win is against the Raiders, and nobody wants to see them win that because it'll knock them out of the first overall pick. So really bad stuff. But I saw Koo got let go, and I'm like, I've never seen a team struggle to find a damn kicker. It's unreal.
They've accumulated enough talent to still be a 2-win team in Joe Schoen's fourth year. I don't care how much talent they have. I don't care how bad the coach is. You should be able to walk into some of these games.
You can't be. You can't.
They've had double-digit leads, Don, in most of these.
But at the end of the day, you're 2-12. Again, it's not about collecting talent. It's about winning. All right. I don't need a poster of all the Pro Bowlers the Giants have in 2025. What I want to see are wins. Okay?
So you need. And this is where, if anything, if John Mara's situation is the way you're describing, more than ever, you need a one-voice guy. More than ever, you need what Tom Coughlin was, right? More than ever, that's what you need, is that guy that is experienced, that knows how to take control and get you organized. I got it. Don't worry about it. You get healthy. I got this. I know what we need. I'll set this up. I have all the experience in the world. I'm going to bring in people with me who know how to do the job, and we're going to get this done. And that, for better or for worse, might be Mike McCarthy.
Yeah.
For better or for worse, that's what it might be.
They've got to get this hire so right. It's unreal.
Yeah.
It's unreal how much they've got to get this right.
It's desperate.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings during the More to Move You event. Lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-5 2.5S all-wheel drive
for $229 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN S07775503. MSRP $30,920. Zero security deposit. Ends 1/2/25. We got a tweet from William J. Mazza who says, please listen to Ken Rosenthal when he said that Lindor and Tatis are not in any talks. The Padres are trying to shed payroll. So, okay, there's that from Ken Rosenthal. So, but
which is, again, we weren't saying it was. We were talking about all the speculation.
The original speculation, the deal was Lindor for Bogarts and Miller.
Right.
But everything since then. But we'll see how it. But give us something, for God's sakes. We're left to speculate because there's like literally nothing happening on the baseball front. Let's go to Mike in Brooklyn. You're on ESPN New York.
You guys are absolutely killing me with this conversation because you keep talking about the Mets collapsing and they need to make changes and you're trying to make sense of a thing that doesn't make sense. I watched every one of those games. Alonso and Nimmo, who had great seasons, are not the reasons the Mets collapsed. Their starting pitching is the reason they collapsed.
That's right.
And they've done nothing to address the starting pitching.
That's right. That's absolutely correct. But we're not saying that. We're not saying that they were the reasons why the team collapsed. We're saying Juan Soto has clearly a connection to what's going on. He just said that. I am in contact with the team all the time. He knew this was happening. I'm talking about how they want to rebuild around Juan Soto. That's what they want to do, clearly. That's what's happening here. So I'm not saying that those guys are to blame. What I'm saying is this was an epic collapse. I said it was Mendoza that should be worried because you're overseeing this.
But Mike, what I'm at least saying is that nobody is saying that Pete Alonso's a bad player. It's just that he was movable because his contract was up. Like Nimmo was movable because they found a trade partner. They wanted to change what they can change. Listen, they would love to trade Senga tomorrow. Will anybody take that contract? Mm-hmm. And they've got 3 kids that they think are going to be really good in this rotation.
One they know is good.
And I still think they can be on King. I still think that Skubal is somebody they might end up trading for at the end of the day. Agreed. So I want to see. You're right about the pitching. So, no, I don't think anybody, Mike, and if it came across that way, I apologize, that you're never going to win with guys like Nimmo and Alonso. Yeah. It's like they haven't won. So let's not freak out that they're gone. But move what you can move.
Now, Mike, let me ask you the question I asked earlier because I'd love to get your opinion. If you could go back in time and it's Soto doesn't come to the Mets and you keep the core as is and move forward, or you have Soto and now that feels like the franchise is trying to rework itself around him, which way do you want to go? Because I don't think you can have both.
No, I understand what you're saying. I'm going to answer the question differently than a lot of people because I'm a very emotional fan.
Okay,
and
that's good.
One of the things that I do is I text back and forth with my 75-year-old mother during the games. It's like it's a thing it's a connection for us.
I can relate.
And she's devastated. She's devastated. She texted me last week and said she's not sure if she wants to watch the games this year. So for me, it's unquestionable. I would keep the core and keep working to try to win with that core because I love those players and I want to win with them. And because I'm a Mets fan and not a Yankees fan, and I don't mean this as a dig, Alan, I don't expect to win a championship every season, and I don't find it to be a failure when we don't. I have a lot of fun when the Mets are competitive. I would love for them to win a championship, but only one team gets to do that.
I understand, but I've been waiting since '86, and the thing with this core, Mike, they went to Game 6 of the League Championship Series, but they were awful in the first half of that year. They needed a miracle run. They followed it up with an 83-win season. And you go back to in 22, they went 101 games, collapsed at the end of the year, and lose to a Padre team that they should have beat. So you keep how deep are you going to go to try to find the right pieces with this core, or just acknowledge that maybe the core just isn't good enough to get it done?
Yeah, I think if this were basketball or football or hockey, where chemistry has a huge, plays a huge role in it, I would be more inclined to agree with you. But Michael, talks about this all the time, how there are plenty of teams in baseball history where, you got 25 guys that don't like each other.
Mets.
But it's not even about not liking each other. It's just about, is it working?
Nimmo's been here forever. Alonso's been here forever. And I understand Alonso's not the reason why they lost last year.
He's also not the reason why they won.
But they haven't won since he's been here on some pretty good teams.
Mm-hmm. Now,
All
again,
right.
I can relate to Mike because my mother, she's 79, and she's been a Mets fan since the inception.
Right.
Like, that's it. Like, she was a Dodgers fan. They left, and then she's, National League big. So she's been a Mets fan. And it's like this has also been emotional for her because it's players you like. And what Mike said is interesting. So he's not into the rings culture. This need of it doesn't matter if you don't win a championship. No, what he's saying is I enjoy them. And if I like the players and I like watching them play, that's what I care about, that they win more than they lose, and I enjoy the season. And if they don't win a championship, well,
that's
only
fine.
one team gets to win a championship.
Okay.
That's a different attitude. But David Stearns and Steve Cohen especially did not buy the franchise because, if we win, that's great. No, Steve Cohen made it abundantly clear that he wanted a championship within 5 years. Like, that's what he was about.
And that was a mistake to say that because it's hard to win.
But it showed you, though, that he's not just – this isn't a toy. This is something he wants to take and win with.
Right. But you're also talking about a franchise that this upcoming season, they will be celebrating their 40th anniversary. 40 since their last championship.
Is that a celebration?
Now, if you're a Yankee fan, now that you won in 2009, you were just in the World Series, a little bit of a different story. I don't have to win every year. I'd like to win once a decade. Would that be that terrible? Once every 20 years? No, I got to wait 40 years now. 40. I said 40. That's a long time to have to wait. And also, David Stearns, he looks at this team and goes, you know what? If I had a chance to build it, Alonso wouldn't be my first baseman. Nimmo wouldn't be my shortstop. Senga wouldn't be my ace. These are guys that came here from the previous regime, so he's trying to build it, I guess, in his own image and what he thinks is going to be a winner, and let's see if he can do it. And if he doesn't do it, we'll have the right to kill him. But let's see what this whole thing looks like at the end of the day. More calls, ENN at 6, Ty Butler at 7 here on ESPN New York.
New York Presbyterian treats more heart patients than any other hospital in New York. From common to complex conditions, our cardiologists and heart surgeons are pioneers in advanced heart care, leading the way in minimally invasive treatments for faster recovery times. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital based on U.S. News and World Report 2025 to 2026 Cardiology, Heart, and Vascular Surgery Rankings.
Brees Hall, the eye back at the 5-yard line. Handoff, Brees Hall finds a crease, runs left. He's into the end zone for a Jet touchdown.
Jets fans, come out to MetLife Stadium for a Week 17 divisional matchup. See the New York Jets host the New England Patriots Sunday, December 28th at 1 p.m. Presented by Ticketmaster. Lock in your seats now at nyjets.com/tickets. Once again, that's nyjets.com/tickets.
Every aspect of your business will operate better and faster with artificial intelligence. AI is a race, and companies that act first will win. Thrive Managed AI is your advantage over all your competitors. Thrive partners with you on a smart, secure AI strategy for your business. Then they deploy and manage it for you. Be first and win the race with Thrive Managed AI. Start with a complimentary strategy consultation at thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
The holidays are here, and Amazon Pickup is your MVP of package pickup. Need that perfect gift like a brand new jersey for the big game? With Amazon Pickup, you can grab your order from secure Amazon lockers or counters near you on your schedule at no extra cost. It's fast, it's easy, and it keeps your holiday surprises tucked safely away. So whether you're running from work or heading to the holiday party, Amazon Pickup makes holiday shopping worry-free. Find your nearest Amazon Pickup location at amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
ZipRecruiter. Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football. It's a pepper thing.
Getting more as a MyLowe's Pro Rewards member is easier than ever with the Lowe's app. Download it today and earn 500 points the first time you log in. Plus, your digital wallet helps you scan, save, earn, and access what you need to manage it all in one place. Download the Lowe's app and take advantage of your Pro benefits today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 12/1/25 through 1/7/26. Offer valid for first login per organization only. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Additional restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
From the regular season to the Super Bowl, ESPN New York is your destination for football. We've got crazy fans.
If the Giants somehow beat the Cowboys, I'm going to take a dump on your head.
You can feel good because you're a damn football team. Expert analysis.
Marcus Spears joins us now, ESPN NFL analyst Damian Woody.
Mel Kiper Jr.
The Hall of Famer Steve Young.
He's kind of our resident general manager, Louis Riddick.
We got Mike Tannenbaum right now.
And all your fantasy and wagering needs. This is ESPN New York. We are football.
Discover a driving experience crafted to inspire. At Garden City Mazda, exceptional design and sophisticated performance come together. During the Mazda More to Move You sales event, lease the 2025 Mazda CX-5 for $229 a month for 33 months. Or the 2025 Mazda CX-50 for $239 a month for 33 months. Both with $49.95 due at signing. It's the Mazda More to Move You sales event at Garden City Mazda. At Garden City Mazda, expect the exceptional.
Oh, Running Free. Paul Di'Anno, lead singer of Iron Maiden. So he's kicking it a little old school, Jacob. I think if I got married again,
why?
And when I say that, I mean to say that Nancy and I renew our vows, right?
Oh, okay.
Which we could have done in our 20th anniversary, which was this past September. So maybe our 30th, Jacob, since Joey Salvia, who DJ'd my wedding 20 years ago, is in Dallas. Maybe you could be the DJ at my wedding. I think you'd get it. I think you would.
I wouldn't hate that.
That's high honor, by the way.
Yeah, I wouldn't even give you a list of songs. I would trust you.
Wow.
How about that?
Wow. You know what? That's a lot of pressure. I don't know if I can live up to that.
Now, how
Wait
much
a
would
second.
you?
He just said that he trusts
That's the
your
highest honor.
ear. This man, who, as we know, this is a discernible man.
Yes.
So he's very critical, and he is not the type that'd be like, you did your best. No. He would let you know in front of everybody, you suck, get out of here, I can do this better. Like, that's high praise.
And it's one of my regrets that I had Joey as my DJ, because I would rather have him be a guest. But and that was his wedding gift to us, was to be the DJ. But nice. I gave him a healthy tip.
I would hope so.
Very, very healthy.
Mm-hmm.
But how much, Jacob, would you charge for something like that? Just off the top of your head.
How many hours? What are we talking here?
Well, what was 5 hours probably wedding, right?
All right. A little cocktail hour
6
music.
o'clock, 6 o'clock cocktail hour.
That's not that bad.
So you got
7,
that.
like 7 to 11?
Yeah, 11-ish.
Yeah.
So, you're well,
easy
right.
4 hours. Listen, with the friends and family discount and the show discount.
Okay.
Donald Greco, you might get a good price.
All right. Well, let's hear it.
Because I want to say back when I was really DJing, I was probably like for every 2 hours, I'll probably give you like $250, like 300, and I usually go like 4 hours depending on the spot.
Okay.
So, Don, you'll get it for like 100 less.
What?
That's not bad.
Listen, I won't. As long as I got a good plate, I got a good cocktail. Oh, we're rocking all night. I'll be there.
You're good.
I'll be there after. You
Feed me, let me drink.
Yes.
And the money's not even that important.
Hey, listen.
Look at you.
Hey, listen, 25th anniversary, right? That's a big one.
Wow.
Right?
That's
very
silver,
big. Right?
Yeah.
So if we renew our vows, 25th anniversary, we have, because it wouldn't be a wedding, but it would be a party, reception, all that. I think Jacob's our guy. What do you think?
I think it's great. I love it. I think it's a great idea.
Really impressed. And since he played Iron Maiden, let's go to Ed in Middletown. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Ed?
How you doing, guys?
Good.
So, Don, I understand that the first concert you ever went to was Iron Maiden at Radio City back in 1985.
1985, Queensryche opened.
I was at one of those shows. As you know, they did a run of maybe 5 or 6 shows, I think, during that run in January, and it was phenomenal.
The Power Slave Tour. It was my first concert.
Yeah, that was a good first concert to go to. My first concert was Santana up in Music Mountain in Sullivan County.
Wow!
But I can blow your mind and let you know that 2 days after I saw Iron Maiden with Queensryche at Radio City, I saw Metallica on the Ride the Lightning tour at the Mid-Hudson Civic Center in Poughkeepsie with Wasp and Armored Saint.
Armored Saint. I haven't
Armored
thought about
Saint.
Armored Saint in so long.
Those are two bands.
So
Wow.
You're Mr. Leo, right? Joe Leo's dad, because Joe does a great job here at our station. And he told me that my father saw that Iron Maiden show and that you were going to call in. So that's cool that you called in. I would have gotten to you much sooner.
Now, are you going to ask him what you asked Joe?
Oh, well, because I'll be honest with you. I didn't know if you were a metal guy or whether you were making, what do I call it, the zipper?
Zipper key.
Zipper key. Well, did a girl persuade you to go? Were you looking for something extra, or you're truly a metal fan?
Oh, no way! I was all in. I was an all-in metalhead back in the day.
And when did you meet Joe's mom?
In 1986.
Okay, so after
we went to high school. We went to high school together. So she's seen Metallica a few times. We actually saw Iron Maiden in Dublin in June. We took a special trip to go see that tour.
He's in.
Now the thing is, it's like, wow. Somebody I work with, a friend's dad, is into the same music, but then Joe blew my mind. I'm actually a year older than you, Ed. So that bothers me that one of my colleagues at the station has a dad that's younger than me.
What we need, though, we need a picture from the 80s of Ed, who must have had glorious metal hair.
Yeah, please do that. Give Joe a picture of those days.
I had beautiful hair then. I was at the show where Richard from Manhattan was at. I met Peter, but I didn't get an opportunity to meet you two guys. So I was with as you refer to him on the station, Joe Leo. I don't think you could say just Joe or Leo. It has to be Joe. Leo.
But thanks for calling, man. That's awesome. I really appreciate it. Yeah, we need to call it something.
What?
When somebody, because the syllables are just the way it flows. You always say their full name, not just because. It happens in hockey all the time.
Usually when it's a single syllable first name, it's easier.
But not all the time. Maybe it's just me.
Joe Schoen.
Joe Schoen, absolutely. You always say Joe Schoen. But that's the syllables, like Joe Leo. But sometimes, there's the Columbus Blue Jackets captain.
Right.
Is Boone Jenner. I always say Boone Jenner. I never just say Jenner. When I'm calling the game, for some reason, I always say his full name. Why? And that's not it's 3 syllables. But sometimes, but there's got to be a name for that. Somebody tweet me or call it. What do you call it when you have to say the person's full name?
That's interesting. I've never thought about that.
But think about it in sports. There's always some guys that you just have to say the whole full name. It just doesn't work just saying the last name.
I'm trying to think of another, especially a famous one, where you had to say both names. I can't think of anybody.
Well, famous, Eddie Murphy. You always have to say Eddie Murphy. Right?
I guess so.
Well, you'll say Carlin. You don't have to say George Carlin. Right?
Yeah.
But you always have to say, there's no other Murphy. So what would you confuse them?
I was only thinking sports. So if you're taking it into all that. I never thought, we all have a friend that we call by their entire name. We never just say their first name. Then you have some friends that you always just refer to by their last name for whatever reason. And that's also a common thing. But
well, let me know, or maybe we can invent
Matt Ryan.
There you go.
You always say Matt Ryan.
You always just say Ryan. You never just say Ryan.
Ryan steps, but no, Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan.
Everything's Matt Ryan.
But that was fun.
It's a great call.
Joe Leo's dad called up to talk about, and the other thing I remember about Maiden, because you might not even remember this.
That Power Slave, that was my album. I love that. 2 Minutes to Midnight.
Yeah,
Aces
exactly.
High. Like, that's I love that album.
Remember back in the 80s, they had those studded bracelets?
Yeah, I had them. Yeah.
And Jimmy Stark, my friend, his was confiscated. They wouldn't let him into the Radio City
Dangerous?
with the studded bracelet.
It's too dangerous?
Oh, those were the days. Really, honestly, I probably had parachute pants on.
The best.
My shirt was probably from Just Shirts, where it was probably a white sweater with like a gray knit over it. You know what I'm talking about? No,
I got to see the picture.
I'm going to show you a picture.
You didn't have.
I'm going to show you what I look like.
Do you remember the sleeveless shirt with the with the thermal long sleeve underneath that you would you'd do that?
Oh yeah.
That was the thing.
I'm going to show you.
And parachute pants, little bugle boys.
I got my Facebook. I'm going to show you. I'll tweet it out. The picture of what I probably wore to the Maiden show.
I don't have any pictures like that, but I'd love to see.
ENN's next.
Yes.
Don and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
When equipment breaks down and operations come to a halt, every single second counts. So why is your maintenance team spending 60% of their time doing anything but turning wrenches? MaintainX is the AI-powered maintenance and asset management system that helps your team get back to actually fixing breakdowns. No more searching for manuals. No more hunting down parts. No more drowning in paperwork. With MaintainX, your team can access manuals from anywhere, create new procedures in minutes, and turn voice notes into clear and complete work order feedback. What used to take hours now only takes minutes. Keep your operations moving, not your paperwork. Join over 11,000 maintenance teams that are already fixing more and filing less. Try MaintainX for free today. Go to maintainx.com/AI. That's maintain in the letter x.com/AI.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks a million, guys. I hope you have an awesome rest of the night. Try and stay warm. We've got the Rangers home over at MSG. Gridlock alert day. Your best ride into Midtown. Definitely going to be mass transit. You want to avoid the east side of town. Looks like we've got something brewing on the FDR northbound over by East 96. Traffic is jammed there from the Midtown Tunnel. Southbound just packed heading into the 20s. Backed up onto the Harlem River Drive. No relief on the Staten Island Expressway westbound heading toward the West Shore. Collision blocking the two center lanes by Richmond Avenue. Delays go back across the Verrazano onto the Brooklyn side. Inbound George about 10 to 15 for the upper deck. They did pick up that crash on the Cross Bronx eastbound by Castle Avenue. Best of it's the outbound George Henry Hudson. Second choice southbound Deegan. Delays there from the Mosholu on down. Outbound Lincoln going to run you about 20 to 30 minutes. Outbound Holland close to a 45-minute ride. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
There are small risks in life, like giving a kid a football to play with in the house.
Whoa, watch out for the... Okay.
And then there are big gambles, like giving a kid a lottery ticket. Never gift a lottery ticket to a person under 18. Learn more about how to gift responsibly during the holidays at playresponsiblyny.com. Please gift responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Listen up, football fans. Ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Clinton Yates here, and the holidays are upon us, full of gatherings, toasts, and plenty of cheer. And if you're like me, you want every moment to shine. That's why I head to Total Wine & More, where you'll find it all at the lowest prices, from rich whiskeys and smooth tequilas to festive liqueurs and elegant champagnes. And if you're not sure what to grab, their guides will help you find bottles that impress. You'll always find what you love and love what you find, only at Total Wine & More. Spirits not sold in Virginia and North Carolina. Drink responsibly. Be 21.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com. lifeinsurance.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/play.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station. This is an ENN special report. Now reporting...
The very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports. Do what you want. It's ENN.
If only you could see.
I'm going to tweet out Metal Don. I'm telling you.
We have Metal Don pictures going up on Don's
What's weird, I'm
Twitter.
sure I've tweeted these out before, but it's worth doing.
It's worth repeating.
Because we always get a new audience. You got to check this out.
We literally had a lot of the same clothes.
Wow.
Well, because we're not that different in age. Metal Don, picture, there it is.
I will
My
retweet
Gran
it.
Torino, which I paid $500 for.
$500, huh?
Sick. Back in the day, sick. There you go. Metal Don.
I
Great
like
pictures.
I like it.
No
Have
better
at
way
it.
to start ENN, in my opinion.
Have you seen them? Get to your X accounts, everybody.
These are excellent.
And then this is
The
not
Union,
repugnant.
the
It's Metal
Union
Don.
Jack shirt, which is Joe Elliott.
Yeah, Def
right.
Leppard.
He wore that in Def Leppard in
before
the
they became
famously
a stripper band.
Well, but still,
anything you thought that it could be, everybody, it is.
Yeah,
and you should.
So
this you can make it your wallpaper if you want.
High and dry pyromania levels.
Yeah.
Not like you said before it became strip club music. But that I remember buying that, and my dad's like, "Why are you wearing that? Why don't you just get an American flag instead?"
Because
that's not what this is about.
Also, now that I see them, people giving we got to give it the full name, Chris Paul.
Yeah.
The other one that has nothing to do with syllables. You always say Nikolai Habibulin.
Yes.
You never just say Habibulin. You say Nikolai.
Nikolai Habibulin.
Mm-hmm. Matt Rempe. That's when I.
Matt Rempe.
No, Matt Rempe's a good one too.
It is a good one.
And that's 3 syllables.
Did you see his thumb, by the way?
No.
It's all messed up.
Is it worse than Josh Hart's finger?
It might be.
Josh Hart's another one.
Josh Hart. You're right. You do say Josh Hart.
Anybody with a messed up finger right now, most likely you could say their full name. No, Rempe mentioned
Bart
it.
Scott.
Yes.
You never say
Can't wait.
Scott. You never say Scott.
You never say Scott. I wouldn't even know what to do with it.
If anything, you would say Bart.
Yeah, I would say I've said Bart to him before, but when you're talking about him, it's Bart Scott.
No, it's always Bart Scott.
Now, no, so we're gonna get derailed here, and I don't want to because it is ENN.
Don't get
there are no rails.
And I
want
to say,
ENN.
We are not railed.
I want to say that. I want to say the good evenings, but Matt Rempe mentioned that Johnston wanted to fight him last night, and he
Right.
took off his glove and showed him his thumb, and that he can't bend it the right way.
Oh.
What had happened was when he was fighting Reeves, which is where this all happened. I guess his thumb got tucked under his jersey in a weird way. And as Rempe described it after the game, I just kept jabbing, and I guess I just kept breaking the thumb over and over and over and over.
Oh,
and I didn't realize it until after the fight. Now it didn't even really hurt, so that's where he's at.
This is the Michael K. What does he say? Want me to bite the head off? Remember that drop?
He goes, good. I can picture this because he said, good fight to Reeves. And he goes, oh, that didn't look good. So
Ross the boss showed some constraint.
So Ross goes, you want to fight? And Rempe goes, oh, look at this thing. What am I going to do with this? And he said, all right. And he's not going to fight him. Anyway, good evening to Don.
If your head starts to hurt, you know what? Tap out.
Don again.
I don't know. I think you're miserable.
Don again.
You could die. I don't care as long as I get to my Mahjong game on time.
Is that real? Is that a drivable activity? Do people drive to go play Mahjong?
Well, yeah, I would think, or they're driven.
Mahjong games.
I need to make Walt him his days.
By a Mazda, I would imagine.
Oh, Andy says don't be posting that kind of stuff when people are driving. The pictures of me with my parachute pants on.
Oh, listen, it has to be done. Alan,
I brought out the tape measure. 7.
No edit. Okay, there was a little edit.
But what do you mean? That is terribly. I brought out the tape measure. 7.
Good for you.
Listen, when we were talking about the snow accumulation.
Oh,
yeah.
But I don't have a filthy mind.
He said in the middle. He said on the deck.
It's just.
But we took that out. Alan,
they'll come back and they'll plow this.
Sure.
Oh God!
Listen, this is all you. Me and Jacob made a concerted effort. We said, you know what? Let's start a roll on everything so we don't miss anything, and then you get moments like this.
What's your level of anxiety after like 3 or 4 pulls on the engine. You know, when you're trying to get it started.
It's not good. I see.
Just filth.
There's commercials for that on the Ranger games all the time. Alan.
I ripped it out.
Yeah, of course
the cord, it's out now.
Oh, the cord.
Yeah, the cord is out.
If you stopped it,
Jacob, now that Alan was so shocked by that, I'd like the first second of that one as its own drop. Thank you.
You're a sex-starved filth bag.
You really are. All of you. Filth bags.
So the Rangers back in action. At the bottom of the hour, you could hear the pregame of that on 1050. The Knicks being in the NBA Cup final has prevented the 6:30.
I'll tell you, I would be a huge fan of this if they tipped off at 5.
Yes.
Like a little 4:30 break.
Little 2 p.m. Vegas start.
Love it.
Maybe
they get more fans, right? What if Vegas all said, listen, the casinos are open. I don't want to come at night. Do it in the afternoon. Hit the buffet, and then I'll swing by at like 2:30.
You guys would have done a watch party. You would have been willing and able.
Yeah.
Of course. Now, so the Rangers are back in action. They're very rare back-to-back. Lost last night 4-1 to the Ducks. It was closer than that, but it was one of those games where I'm not going to say they played bad. They didn't score on their chances. Vincent Trocheck had a shot point blank, and it went off of the knob of the stick of the goalie on a power play. 5-on-3, they give up a goal. It hits Cooley's skate. Igor Shesterkin destroys his stick after the game because he was so upset. But the real story that was on everybody's mind wasn't even the return, I should say, of Chris Kreider and Jacob Trouba. It was that Mika Zibanejad was out because he was late to a team meeting.
Right.
And there are rules that Mike Sullivan has put in place, and he was late, and he said that he understood, and he wasn't mad at Mika. He said he's a great guy, a great person, and I know he's beat up about this. And let me tell you something. I know everybody thinks that, and you guys have mentioned this, that there are people that say, like, this game was really important and it mattered, and Mika had to play. If the 2 points that they lost in this game is the difference between them making and not making the playoffs, this was not a very good year for the Rangers.
Yep.
Standards are standards. Mika knows that, I'm sure, and I have no problem with him missing a game for this. He's back, and Mike Sullivan, clearly annoyed by all of this, said Mika is playing everybody else's game-time decision. So he's clearly having some fun with it now. Mika will be in the lineup tonight against the Vancouver Canucks, but really, the backlash, I was shocked that the Rangers and Sullivan got for benching.
Backlash?
Yeah.
What's the backlash?
Fans were upset. Linda Cohen also mentioned, and I think Ron Duguay even chimed in that, find this guy. These are important points. You have to have these points. Mika should play.
Well,
that was the conversation yesterday.
I guess have no standard then.
But wait a minute. Well, can I ask Ron Duguay and Linda Cohen,
which I love, Ron.
2 people that I know
friend of the show.
very well.
Love them.
All right.
I think both friends of the show.
Linda came to the Sasso softball one year. Love her. But why not get mad at Mika? Like, why was Mika late for practice, whatever he was end up late for? Why can't you blame the player? Like, really, these are the rules. If I'm going to bend the rules for Mika, then how am I supposed to tell, Laba if he's late, well, that there's a double standard? Sorry. No, that's not the way this works. They're trying to change that whole mentality with the team. Rules are rules. He broke them. So if Linda wants to be mad, I get it. Those are important 2 points. This Eastern Conference is wide open. There might be some pretty good hockey teams that miss the playoffs because of the parity, especially in the Eastern Conference. If Ron Duguay's got a problem with it, okay. Have a problem with Mika. Why are you blaming the Rangers? Why are you blaming Sullivan? Why don't you blame Mika? He's the one that was late.
And I would venture to guess that anybody on that team that would accept the responsibility of that and take it would be Mika Zibanejad.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem like a guy that's going to, roll his eyes and say, oh, well, I think he understands that there was a mistake made, whether it was through his fault or Snow or his own, whatever, and he accepts it, and he'll come out with his hair on fire tonight, which is probably good because the Rangers could use it.
Get out your bingo cards.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm going to use one of my classic phrases, things are not done in a vacuum.
That's
you
right.
can't have rules, and then the second the rule's broken, but it's Mika Zibanejad, and his best friend's coming back with the Ducks, and it's a big game, so we're going to bend the rules.
I think it's fair to say that this Rangers core and the people that have been a part of this team have felt pretty comfortable over the years. For Mike Sullivan to implement something, and maybe it was implemented with other coaches as well, we don't know. But this is the first time that we've heard of a player on the Rangers getting scratched or something like this.
I don't, in all the years that I worked with the Rangers, 20 years, I cannot remember a player being disciplined. But it's Mike Sullivan's first year.
Listen, Matt Barzell was disciplined earlier this year. How'd that work out, Alan?
Well, I mean,
I know he's younger.
No, but it's a great reference, though.
I remember players not starting or the only time I can think of anybody being disciplined. I guess I could tell the story, and it's been a while.
Why not?
Statute of limitations.
We'll find out. We have 20 seconds to dump, right?
I was in Buffalo.
Okay.
And Sean Avery's family came into the room. like during the morning skate. And I see John Tortorella walk by, and all of a sudden John's head goes back like, and Schoen didn't play that night.
Yep.
So I can remember. But usually for, guys are getting changed. What are you doing? But, Schoen, and, he just...
That's him.
And Torts is Torts.
Oh, yes.
That's another one. Like it's always Torts.
But no, look.
Poor guy's never referred to as John.
I believe the Blackhawks are also sitting somebody tonight because the player missed a meeting. I know Mika's been here for a long time. I know he's a veteran, but...
And it was a bad day for it to happen. If it happened tonight, it's probably not nearly as big a story. But with Kreider coming back, Trouba coming back, a home game fan, he's a popular... But the rules are rules, man. Blame Mika. He was late. Blame Mika.
Not the difference... By the way, and again, I'll say it again, not the difference in the game. The 5-forward power play has not worked, whether Mika's on it or not. That 5-on-3 shorthanded goal against would probably still happen because Trocheck doesn't score, and then they're all below the goal line, and that leads to the goal that ends up costing the Rangers in the end. I don't necessarily have a problem with this. I'm sure Mika will say that it won't happen again after the game. That's my guess. I don't know anything. I can't imagine that. I'm sure he's annoyed that he didn't play, but annoyed because of what happened, not because of what Sullivan did. So.
All the way, Spittin' Chicklets was talking about this. Buffalo made some changes. Kevin Adams is out as general manager.
Why? Something happened there?
Nothing happened there.
That's the problem.
Maybe Lindy Ruff might get bumped up to president, and maybe Torts makes a return. I can't think of a place better for John Tortorella
than Buffalo.
Talk about needing to smack some players around. I'm telling you.
Right.
Wake them up.
Yeah.
He would. He absolutely
You think that's
would.
what they need?
Oh, you kidding?
Yeah,
that's a dead stick over there. I'm serious.
But it's been a dead stick for years, though.
Yeah, because Adams has been there forever. They can't get it right. They just can't. It's a mess. They're going. This will be 15 years.
They're
going to
tie the
not
Jets.
making the playoffs.
They're going to have the Jets will have company.
And it wasn't it Eichel who was so disgusted, and they started getting frustrated with the fact that the building's dead. Which, by the way, and Don, you probably remember those days. I remember them well.
It's a great building.
When they're good, that building is insane.
And I was there.
And it's been dead.
No, I was there in the beginning of the year. I was there the day after Thanksgiving, and it was sold out.
All right.
Because it's the day after Thanksgiving. It was a 5 o'clock start.
And it was 2 degrees.
But since COVID and the team's awful, that is a great hockey market, but people are I'm fed up. And it's the perception of the owner. They think that Pagula only cares about the Bills and doesn't care about the Sabres.
He doesn't really care about the Sabres.
It's a mess. But listen, I want Torts back in the NHL.
Of course.
NHL's a better place with him. That's all I have to say about that.
Well, guys, breaking news. Not breaking news. This happened a long time ago. Alan Lazard, no longer a Jet. My question, Alan Lazard was still a Jet? Yes. Yes, he was.
When I saw that, that's the first thing I thought was, he's still on the team?
He was a healthy scratch in 4 games, and as we know, he was brought in when Aaron Rodgers came along.
Is he the last Aaron Rodgers piece?
Based on the article that Samini has said, it's the last tie to the ill-fated Aaron Rodgers era.
Ill-fated. Interesting choice.
Now, look, there are players on that team, but not people that Rodgers brought in himself.
His guys.
This is the last of the Rodgers guys on this team.
Sad.
And he was. Look, I'm telling you this. I don't expect this to take very long. I just wanted to let you know Alan Lazard is no longer a part of
it. Okay. Did not know he was still a Jet. But
and now he isn't. So we can continue thinking that he wasn't. Devontae Adams.
Does he sign with the Steelers next? We shall see.
Oh, that'd be amazing. Look, Valdez-Scantling got called up last night and he scored a touchdown. So DK Metcalf's touchdown was great last night. That was a bad
beast
game.
Mode touchdown.
That was a bad game for the Dolphins.
Miami looked like I wanted them to look like at MetLife.
Well, it's only a couple weeks late. That's what happens with the Jets.
They were overwhelmed. They looked overwhelmed.
Well,
and then late in the game, they looked like
they're not good.
It was bad.
Not good.
No, it was solely poorly managed game in the fourth quarter. Tua really was awful.
Aikman ripped them.
Well, they've been eliminated from the playoffs, and today Mike McDaniel was asked, are you considering a change at quarterback?
Well, I think the quarterback play last night was not good enough, and so for me, everything's on the table. We're in the process of game planning for the Cincinnati Bengals, so in that process, we're trying to determine who will give us the best chance to win, and I'll probably give you more clarity on that tomorrow, as we are, I think, 14 hours removed from the game.
Anybody know the...
Zach Wilson!
And former Texas quarterback Quinn Ewers. Those are the two options.
Wow, I'll talk about.
What about Mike White?
I don't know where Mike White is right now.
Really, With those options, it's a shame for them that Phillip Rivers isn't available.
Somebody said
Cam Newton.
Somebody said that when Mike McDaniel said they're evaluating all options, somebody said all and superimposed the Dolphins jersey on Phillip Rivers.
And the other thing with,
but he's their starter. Phillip Rivers, by the way, the starter for next week, according to Shane Steichen. So we're seeing more of Old Man Rivers.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I always think
this one's dangerous.
when he speaks, I keep thinking about that AI. I don't believe anything he says.
That Mike McDaniel says?
I don't believe that anything he says isn't AI. From like last year,
he's a different duck.
He talks like it's artificial.
Yeah, he has a bit of a Max Headroom to him.
Yeah.
Well, they always said he was kind of an odd duck. They said that when he was with San Francisco, right? He was part of that tree.
He was in the Shanahan
tree.
Yeah.
That he'd sleep in the office and and devise plans at 2:00 in the morning with the offense.
He's one of these tortured people that it's just all he thinks is football and all he sees are X's and O's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to get to this story because we thought that Biff Poggi alone with the name and the look and the accent was great. Well, here's what Biff Poggi said getting ready for the Cheez-It Bowl about the Sherrone Moore situation.
It has been a tumultuous time and a lot of anger, and then first disbelief, then anger, then really what we're in right now is the phase of the kids, quite frankly, feel very betrayed, and we're trying to work through that.
And I should apologize. It's the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl, of course. Because you think citrus, Cheez-Its, those go.
Oh, absolutely. Now, what's weird is that he said that it was shock and betrayal. The word is that everybody knew about it.
Well, that's the weird thing about it.
And no one talked about it until they wanted to get out of his contract, and then they made it a public thing.
So the reason I brought this up is just to get to this part of the story.
Okay.
I saw this later this week after we talked about Biff and how funny it is, and oh man, he's a descendant of Freddie Kitchens.
What are you looking at, bud?
Biff Poggi does not need to do this.
No?
Biff Poggi doesn't need to do any of this. Do anybody want to know why?
Why?
I don't know why.
In 1984, he graduated Duke University. Sorry, Peter. In a conversation with his father-in-law, he talked about investing in his financial future, so he started a hedge fund with a $25,000 loan. By the time he quit managing those funds full-time, the value of that hedge fund was hundreds of millions of dollars.
Wow.
Really?
Nobody knows how much money Biff Poggi has, but the multi-million dollars he's made, he doesn't need to work. This is just fun for him.
Imagine that.
I'm just going to coach football and sit on my multi-millions from a hedge fund I made in 1984.
Few people know this, but Don LaGreca also started a hedge fund back in right after he graduated.
Right.
And he doesn't need to do this either. He does it for fun.
He does it for the love of the game.
Yeah, it was a company called Trim Those Hedges. And I did that for a while.
But how
Did you invest in the Clippers too?
When you now, Don, you've seen him now. You've heard him talk. Did you think hedge fund multi-millionaire
I didn't get that vibe.
is just doing this for the love of the game?
But I thought Squirrel Hunter.
But
maybe he does that too.
But that's
he can
the
do
thing.
whatever he wants.
Some of the best ones are the ones you don't even you don't realize they are savants. They just look like regular people, but they just somehow are amazing with numbers.
Unbelievable. And by the way, keep in mind this now too. And look, give credit to him because he seems like an honorable guy and he's sticking around the team that he's been a coach of.
Mm-hmm.
A guy with his background, I'm out. Sherrone Moore investigation scandal, I'm gone. I'm going to go. I'm going to go do whatever else I want to go do. I don't need to be a part of this.
Wait. You get to coach. Like, think about that for a minute.
He's coaching Michigan.
He gets to coach Michigan. That's kind of cool.
What do you think his salary is? Like $10,000?
Does it matter?
Does he take a salary?
But think about it. If he had to, if somebody said, you know, we're trying to raise money for this great foundation, one of the prizes is if you donate this amount of money, you get to coach Michigan for one game. Right? Like
it's amazing.
He gets to coach Michigan one game. He will never coach another one. Why wouldn't you do it?
It's
great.
It's
YOLO.
pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Now, we didn't talk about this. The supposed number one pick in the draft will be Fernando Mendoza. He's also a Heisman winner now.
Yep.
He won the Heisman this weekend here in New York, and the big story out of it wasn't really him winning, but Vanderbilt quarterback Diego Pavia not taking the loss very well. Went to social media. He walked in with his brothers like it was like the Jokic. It reminded me kind of what Nikola Jokic looks like when he's got his brothers with him, like bodyguards.
Yeah.
But he walked in all confident, was upset that he didn't win, obviously, has since apologized for what he said and the way that he handled it. And Paul Feinbaum on the Michael Kay Show never forgets. He says that it was a disgrace.
I think it was one of the most disgraceful things I have ever seen. And not to get carried away. I mean, the Heisman Trophy is a revered trophy, but you can have fun. You can kid around a little bit. But what he did was completely out of character of any quarterback I've ever seen. Now, remember, his mentor and role model is Johnny Manziel. But even Johnny Manziel didn't disgrace the place the night he won it. Maybe years later he did. But, this is, as somebody who campaigned for him, who voted for him first, I'm embarrassed. And I think if you're an NFL GM, he was already a questionable quarterback because he's short. He doesn't have a lot of the attributes. He's tough. He was a meaningful quarterback this year. No way Vanderbilt would have won 10 games without him, but I would be very wary of him.
That is an attitude problem, it seems like.
By the way, anybody that is paying attention knows he's not really an NFL prospect.
And Paul said,
everybody
Paul
knows.
Said as much.
And
this isn't going to help.
But the sense of he really ruined his chance in the NFL. He has, as Don would say, none chance. So this is just a character who's acting up, who you could tell has no character.
This is the last shine that he's got,
and probably just trying to get his, get some fame out of it. But it's despicable.
So what was, because he had no chance at this anyway, right? Did he really think he was going to win the Heisman Trophy?
He was a finalist.
I know you're a finalist,
but no, I don't think he was robbed of the Heisman Trophy this year.
So was it performative and it just got out of hand?
Don't you think it is? Maybe Rosenberg can get him in with WWE because that was you talk about heel.
He's
right. He's right there.
He certainly has that.
How about F all the voters, family first?
Yeah, that was kind of odd.
Those two always go together, right?
Of course.
Screw you, family first.
That's
what
just
does family have to do with anything?
He's just saying words.
Yeah,
that's just being angry and saying a lot of words. But somebody got in his ear, thankfully, for him in that case, and apologized.
Probably Vanderbilt. You just embarrassed us.
Vanderbilt, his agent, anybody that.
Again, agent.
Well,
What are we doing?
I'm just telling you. Look, when he goes to the combine, which he will because he's a prospect.
Yeah, and he throws the ball through a brick wall, we'll forget all about it.
Or the first question.
Kid just had a bad day.
The first question he'll get in that 30 interview is, that Heisman stuff.
Yeah, what was that
Say
about?
You start 0-6 with our team.
I was drunk.
How you going to react to that?
By the way,
are your brothers coming? Do we have to bring them?
Listed at 5'9".
Wow.
And when you're listed at 5'9", you're
probably 5'5".
Right.
That's
all right. So again, combine. What?
Nick Saban, part owner of the Nashville Predators.
How about that?
Yeah.
Who saw that coming?
Predators chairman and majority owner Bill Haslam announced Tuesday the purchase made by Dream Sports Ventures LLC, an entity controlled by Saban and his business partner Joe Agresti. So Nick Saban now part owner of the Predators.
Likes hockey.
Likes hockey.
Maybe he'll turn the whole franchise around.
Him and Barry having dinner now, from my understanding.
So we looked it up. He was born in West Virginia. So
okay.
I thought, is there ties to Tennessee? But maybe he just looks at
maybe Agresti does.
Wheeling, West Virginia, big hockey town.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they had a minor league team.
The Wheeling
Nailers.
Yes,
Nailers. Look at you. Nice.
I think that's a good way to end DNN.
Look at you.
That's it. That's DNN. Yeah.
Nailed it.
Wheeling Nailers. That's me. That's what I'll bring to you. 15 minutes of hockey.
Right.
Try and get the audience back for us, please.
Nick Saban. Did you know that? How about that?
How about that?
All right, we got your calls. Last call, crew, 1-800-919-3776. We're leading you up to Ty Butler, who will then take you to 8 o'clock for the pregame of the Knicks and the Spurs, the NBA Cup on the line, right here on ESPN New York.
Getting more as a MyLowe's Pro Rewards member is easier than ever with the Lowe's app. Download it today and earn 500 points the first time you log in. Plus, your digital wallet helps you scan, save, earn, and access what you need to manage it all in one place. Download the Lowe's app and take advantage of your Pro benefits today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 12/1/25 through 1/7/26. Offer valid for first login per organization only. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Additional restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
Empower. Jen has ordered a decadent seafood tower, king crab legs, lobster tails, and a waterfall of caviar. Pricey? You bet. But Jen worked with Empower on her savings and investment strategy and planned for splurges like these. She got good at money, so she can be a little bad. Ooh, champagne. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Past performance is not indicative of future returns. Investing involves risk. You may lose money. Advisory services are provided for a fee by Empower Advisory Group, LLC, EAG, a registered investment advisor with the Securities and Exchange Commission. OMG, those shrimps are really jumbo.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings during the More to Move You event. Lease a new Mazda 2025 CX-50 2.5S Select with all-wheel drive for $199 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN SN385912. MSRP $32,795. Zero security deposit. Ends 1/2/26.
Some stages celebrate. This one tests everything. Every drive, every approach, every putt. Pressure builds. Resilience matters. And history waits for the bold. In June, the 2026 U.S. Open Championship returns to the Hamptons at the iconic Shinnecock Hills Golf Club. Experience the world's best golfers competing on one of the sport's most storied stages. Don't just watch greatness, experience it live at the 126th U.S. Open. Daily tickets are available now on SeatGeek.
Whether you're shopping, gaming, or streaming this holiday season, don't take slow for an answer. Get Optimum Fiber for the fastest, most reliable, and most consistent internet speeds, starting at $25 a month. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com to switch. Act now and get Netflix, a 5-year price lock, and $100 back, all on us. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today. Optimum, don't take slow for an answer. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Too much on your list this season? Get 50% off your first 6 months of payroll at gusto.com/radio. Gusto saves you 2 days every month on payroll, taxes, and compliance. So you can go from making payroll to making gingerbread houses, checking your books to decking the halls, spreadsheets to snow angels. Switch before the end of the year and there's no need to transfer payroll history. Now that's a reason to be merry. Choose a future with Gusto and get more time for what matters. For a limited time, get 50% off your first 6 months at gusto.com/radio.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg take you up until 7 o'clock, and then Ty Butler will lead you into Spurs and Knicks. It's all on the table to talk about. We did a lot today. The NBA Cup, Mets and Yankees offseason, what's going on with the local hockey teams, and, of course, football. Always a popular discussion, maybe not necessarily about the New York teams.
Mm-hmm.
Although you just brought it up during the breaks about, now it's all starting to come out about Wilkes and the players didn't like him. And,
Yeah, you've seen several reports about like how players had reached a point where they were very frustrated with his system,
right,
and how stubborn he was when they came to him about how, look, this isn't working. They wanted to have input, and he just kept saying, trust the system,
Yeah.
and so you have like players who don't have their heart in it, and then you watch how they tackle or their lack thereof when they tackle. It kind of shows you.
I don't really care about any of that. It's just players talking. I thought the Jets were trying to button all that up.
So funny you say that.
Right.
Glenn wanted to stop the leaks, but you have to understand the Jets are one of the leakiest franchises of all the New York teams. They have to be the leakiest of them all.
Yeah, and that's what you want to stop. So, listen, are they telling state secrets or whatever? But still, you want to keep all that in-house.
Mm-hmm.
It was taken care of. You got the reason from Glenn and leave it at that, but the players all of a sudden get chatty. Moose in Jamaica's been on hold for a while. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Moose?
Evening, fellas. Season greetings. Happy holidays.
You too, man.
Back at you.
Don, thank you. Yes, Alan, everybody at ESPN New York, if I haven't said it to you personally. Quickly on the Mets. Quickly put, you were the best team in baseball June 12th and then decided to gradually fall so you couldn't get back up. So what do you think David Stearns, a smart man with a core that's been enacted on the team for 5 years that hasn't won anything, is going to do? So, that's the bright side for Mets fans from a Yankee perspective, because as a Yankee fan struggling with a team not winning a World Series in 16 years, we are doing the same thing again, and the Mets are trying to do something different because they believe doing the same thing again and doing and expecting a different result is somewhat insanity, while the Yankees go from having too many right-handed hitters to too many left-handed and all that stuff. But that being said, what do you think about the rumors about Michael King or Murakami or Imai coming to the Yankees? And you discussed a little bit about the Mets and their trade possibilities, but do you see a way where the Mets maybe include some of their highly touted prospects, not in trades, but to play a major role in a winning season with veterans that have been there, done that, so they can have a young wave like other teams that have gone from 0 to 100?
Well, I mean, first of all, I don't think the Yankees are going to be in the market for any starting pitching because as much as they're going to need it at the beginning of the year with the injuries, they feel like they're set there. As far as the young players are concerned, I mean, I think the Mets look at the 3 young pitchers that got called up last year as being a part of this rotation, especially McClain. I think he's got a chance to be their ace.
Is Jonah Tong ready? He better have a great offseason.
Listen, great offseason, great camp. I think they'll be given a chance to win the job if 1 or 2 of them are a part of the rotation. I think that's a plus.
McClain feels like the guy, though, that you can not pencil in. Like you feel like
he feels like
he's going to be a rotation guy. The way he pitched down the stretch, he looks like a guy that's got it. It's the other 2 that you don't want to rush, right? You want to see because both guys were, they looked like they might not be ready, but they could have great off seasons, have a great spring training, and suddenly won jobs.
Yeah,
so we'll see.
I think they got a taste of it last year, and we'll see if they can grow into being something a part of the 2026 season. Let's go to Janine Bayshore. You're on ESPN New York. Hello.
Hi, gentlemen. Good evening. I was just calling because I've had a theory for a few weeks. I was thinking about this, like the Madden curse, the cover of the game, and how, players getting hurt or, even Hard Knocks. I was thinking about the Hallmark Channel movies with last year they had a movie with Kansas City, and this year the Bills.
Yeah. Wow.
I saw the Kansas City one.
And the Bills one they just released recently. And that one's out.
Yeah.
It's usually like somebody that works for the team has like some romance with somebody else, and it just
But Kansas City did go to the Super Bowl. So you're saying the curse was they lost the Super Bowl, And what, you think the Bills won't win now because they were in a Hallmark movie?
Well, I was thinking about it maybe like a couple weeks ago, but now like the Bills seem to have like a spark again.
They have turned it around.
Yeah.
But what would be interesting, though, like this is something to watch. If the Bills lose and then Josh Allen gets hurt next year, then you could start saying you don't want your team being a Hallmark Channel movie.
Well, as somebody that saw the Kansas City one, as I'm sure you did, is that I guess somebody lost the hat again. There was a hat that they had at the store that was purchased way back in like the beginning of the franchise or whatever. And then when they were good, when they had the hat, they always won. And then the hat like disappeared for a few decades, and that was during that time when the Todd Blackledge era where they didn't do anything. And then they rediscovered the hat again, and they started winning again. Oh, and then they had like stories about time like somebody stole
magical.
it for a year. It was corny. Like, they're all corny.
Yeah,
but you do get sucked in. The thing of the brilliance of those movies. And if you have a wife or girlfriend, I'm sure you've seen a bunch of them. They're just always on. Mm-hmm. It's the same premise. It's a fish out of water story of
going back
home, or going to the big city girl ends up in Alaska and meets the town doctor, and they don't like each other, but by the end of the movie, the
tension is there.
But it's a formula that works.
Of course, it is. You know how it ends, but what I think is really the allure is the fact that it's like ASMR. Everything is perfect. Yeah. Visually, everything looks nice. You ever notice that all these towns, they have a main street? It's a little bit of snow, but not too much to be a problem. It's like everything looks so great. It just feels like a fantasy world that everybody's in. And Valerie Burray's wife is in every movie.
Yeah, from Full House.
Yeah.
With Gold, what's her
No. What's her name? Candace Cameron.
Yeah.
She's like in every one of these movies, it seems.
There's the same like 3 or 4 women.
Yep.
And all of them like look like another famous actress. Like there's one that looks just like Jennifer Love Hewitt. She's not Jennifer Love Hewitt.
That's true.
But she looks like Jennifer Love Hewitt. And there's another one that looks like an actress I can't think of. And
they get doppelgangers.
And they throw in a couple of people that have been in things before.
I've
Brian
seen
Doyle
that.
Murray, they'll throw him in.
I know who that is.
And there's enough there, but you're so right. The one that Nancy had on the other night, she's going to Alaska, and there's I think it's Brian Doyle Murray, the one that's the older brother, the one that's always like chubby. He was in Caddyshack when he was skinny.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
and he's chubby now, and he's Santa Claus, but he's not saying he's Santa Claus. They're up in Alaska. No, it's Alaska in December, and you're right. Everything's perfect. They've got the hat and the scarf, but it's all like very loose. Like, believe me, you'd be bundled up where you wouldn't see any skin if you were in Alaska in December.
I was in Anchorage in December many years ago, like 2005, something like that.
Okay.
You couldn't walk down the block.
No.
It was freezing, and it was dark most of the time. You had light for like 8 hours. You didn't have much light. So them doing this Christmas December movie in Alaska, it's first of all, they're definitely not filming it there. Second of all, it can't possibly be true because it's always dark.
Always dark.
And way too cold to be outside, walking around with your little hot cocoa.
And the thing that sucks you they're going to end up together, but it's again, the formula is they don't like each other, and they start to fall in love, then something happens that separates
Tension,
them. Like
drama.
the boyfriend comes to visit, and then they end up together, and it's all great.
Yeah.
They figured out the formula.
Yeah.
Like Star Trek. Star Trek had 6 premises, and they made it work. This has like 4 or 5 of the same script, but they kind of change. They change a little subtleties, where it is, and all that, different actors and actresses and stuff. But they make it work for them, and they run these things like beginning in like September and just run them right.
They
through
must
January.
get unbelievable ratings because
They
again,
do.
think of the budget to put all these together and pay everybody to do it, and it's all the same stuff, but it must do well.
No,
and for every man out there, you're just hoping that there's some for you at the end of the rainbow. If you're going to sit through something like this, right? What am I getting?
That's right. And you're getting something. Wemby had some things to say.
Oh.
We will talk about that coming up next. Hahn and Rosenberg till 7 here on ESPN New York.
Doc Spine at New York Presbyterian is always in pursuit of a better way to heal the spine. We're getting more people moving again with minimally invasive, non-surgical, and surgical treatments. with innovative solutions for every back and spine condition and your unique needs. Expert Spine Care is available now across New York City and Westchester. Find a doctor at nyp.org/oxspine. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Bet365 is
Discover a driving experience crafted to inspire. At Garden City Mazda, exceptional design and sophisticated performance come together. During the Mazda More to Move You sales event, lease the 2025 Mazda CX-5 for $229 a month for 33 months. Or the 2025 Mazda CX-50 for $239 a month for 33 months. Both with $49.95 due at signing. It's the Mazda More to Move You sales event at Garden City Mazda. At Garden City Mazda, expect the exceptional.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
New York Lottery's holiday scratch-off games are the perfect gift for everyone on your list.
Like me, your Aunt Jules. I told you I didn't need a gift this year, but I secretly really want one.
Or me, your neighbor Frank. I hope you didn't forget I'm coming to your holiday party tonight.
Or me. Why does no one ever think of the voiceover guy? Anyway, New York Lottery's holiday scratch-off games have more winners and top prizes up to $5,000. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
1-877-CARS for kids. KARS Cars for kids. 1-877-CARS for kids. Donate your car today. 1-877-CARS for kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877-CARS for kids. KARS Cars for kids. 1-877-CARS for kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's your last chance to donate for 2025. Last chance! Donate now for a 2025 tax deduction.
The holidays are here, and Amazon Pickup is your MVP of package pickup. Need that perfect gift like a brand new jersey for the big game? With Amazon Pickup, you can grab your order from secure Amazon lockers or counters near you on your schedule at no extra cost. It's fast, it's easy, and it keeps your holiday surprises tucked safely away. So whether you're running from work or heading to the holiday party, Amazon Pickup makes holiday shopping worry-free. Find your nearest Amazon Pickup location at amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
New York Lottery's holiday scratch-off games are the perfect gift for everyone on your list.
Like me, your Aunt Jules. I told you I didn't need a gift this year, but I secretly really want one.
Or me, your neighbor Frank. I hope you didn't forget I'm coming to your holiday party tonight.
Or me. Why does no one ever think of the voiceover guy? Anyway, New York Lottery's holiday scratch-off games have more winners and top prizes up to $5,000. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
The NBA is happening Christmas Day. 5 games, 1 unforgettable lineup.
That's what Christmas is all about.
Buckets for breakfast, breakaways for dessert. It's the holiday tradition.
Christmas is our day.
With star power from across the globe.
The stars, they are going to be out.
The best gift, you don't even have to unwrap it.
We want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year!
NBA Christmas Day begins at noon Eastern on ABC and ESPN.
So Wemby has spoken, I guess it looks like on NBA TV in preparation for the Cup Championship tonight, 8:30 on Prime, and coverage right here on ESPN New York will begin at 8 o'clock. And here's what Victor had to say, talking about the Knicks. They don't play a brand of basketball as sophisticated as the Miami Heat or the Thunder, but their physicality is top in the league, so it's a very tough team to play against. So is that a backhanded compliment?
No.
Or is it an accurate assessment?
He's French. Everything he says sounds like a backhanded compliment. You can't help him. It's just the accent. He's very thoughtful. I don't quite understand what he's trying to say when it comes to sophisticated. As Miami's offense is not sophisticated. Miami's offense is go, score early in the shot clock.
And what about the Thunder? Let me ask you this. Are the Thunder and the Heat similar in their styles?
Not even close.
So what is he saying?
I don't know.
Because again, it could be a language thing, like sophisticated. Is he using sophisticated wrong? Because obviously he's saying you're not sophisticated is a criticism. But talking about their physicality.
But the other day, he took a little backhanded compliment, not really, to the Thunder when he talked about how the Spurs play a more ethical brand of basketball.
Ethical. So sophisticated and ethical.
Saying ethical, and people thought it was a shot at the Thunder who do foul hunt. They do try to draw, like especially SGA tries to draw fouls. We'll get things. We'll draw you into situations where you're stuck and you foul them. And people thought he was taking a shot at the Thunder and their style of play. But now he's saying they play sophisticated basketball, and then he throws the Heat in there. The Heat, by the way, who are 14-15, who like their offense got off to a good start to start the season because they were really surprising teams by playing fast, and then they really are struggling with their offense again because eventually teams figure it out. Oh, this is what they're doing. Okay. So I don't get that. But he's saying the Knicks play physical. Okay.
And a tough team to play.
Yeah,
so
which they are.
At the end of the day, he's saying they're a tough team to play.
He's trying to give them a compliment, but he's also saying their offense isn't like these teams. Maybe it means, they aren't doing something that we have to make a major adjustment to how we defend. Right. I don't know. Maybe he's saying that.
Well, Rob from Suffern wants to talk about this. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, man?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Good.
I'm super excited. Cool. I'm super excited to see the Knicks get a chance at a quote-unquote championship, but I'm just so mind-blown about what Wemby had to say. And you guys said it might be something with the language, but the Knicks basketball that I've seen all year has been beautiful, completely different than what the Heat do. And is he watching film from the 2023 season when the Knicks were actually a physically dominant team with Hartenstein and Julius Randle? I don't really understand what he's trying to say. What, the Knicks played the Spurs 4 times since he's been a Spur? I don't really.
Yeah, he's played in 3 of those games too. He hasn't played them all.
Yeah, the thing I could take, and I'd love to be able to hear the tone and hear the cut. We're just reading the quote, Rob, as I'm sure you are. I don't know, or did you hear it on NBA TV? But it sounds when I hear it, sophisticated. Like, is he saying like they're not going to surprise us with anything? We can game plan for them. And then the compliment is, hey, they're tough to play. They play physical. So I need to know, is he using sophisticated, right? Because it does come across as being critical, saying they're not very sophisticated. Like you're going up against a bunch of guys that are just don't know what they're doing.
It's also heavy reliable on threes. Like, they just play that drive and spray 3 game.
Yeah.
We've seen that before. Whereas Miami, the team that, like, there's teams that are harder to guard because they just go straight at you. Miami's one. Like, they just play this. They go fast. They don't set up an offense, and they they drive right into your body.
Right.
And it's really hard to guard. So maybe that's what he's trying to suggest. So the Knicks do something that's very typical of NBA, and they're very good at it.
Right.
Whereas other teams are a little more sophisticated, and you got to adjust the way you play.
Right.
The Knicks have the number 2 offense in the NBA right now. Like, their offense it's really good.
But it's funny how sensitive fans can be because at the end of the day, he's talking about their physicality and how tough they are to play. So he is complimenting them.
Right.
But anytime you say you're not very sophisticated.
Yeah, it's very French. But we can't say nice things about you without throwing in one little
they're not going to fool us. We know what they're going to do. But they're still tough to stop because they play so physical. So it is odd. But, interesting here as we get closer and closer to tip-off. Chauncey in Westwood, you're on ESPN New York.
Chauncey.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up?
So while I was on hold, I actually thought of a couple. You mentioned Full House.
Yes.
Bob Saget. You'll always say Bob Saget together.
It is true. It's funny. I'm just finishing his book. It's kind of crazy, but
That's true. That's a good one.
That's a
You
good one.
always say both names.
Right, yeah. Another one, just kind of a layup, Bo Nix.
Yeah, Bo Nix,
You
definitely.
always say Bo Nix.
Now, a lot of those just fall into
Right.
just it's
one syllable.
One. If it's 2 or 3 syllables, full name, we feel like we want to give the whole name.
Right. But I think part of the criteria that you guys are losing a little bit is it's also got to be what you would call them, like addressing them in real life. Like, for example, you guys see Joe Leo in the studio, you'd probably say Joe Leo, right? Like,
It feels like
I think
it,
one of
yes.
the ones you mentioned was Josh Hart. Like, I feel like if I saw Josh Hart walking down the street, I'd
Hey, that's
say,
Josh
like,
Hart.
what's up, Josh? Like, I probably wouldn't
Josh
say it
Hart might have been
together.
a little bit of a reach by me,
Well,
which is
no.
interesting because Josh Hart, it's 2 syllables. But, yeah,
If you saw him across the street and you pointed to your friend, now both of them together. If you saw Jalen Brunson, you would say, "Hey, that's Brunson." But if you saw Josh Hart, you go,
Right,
"Oh, that's
yeah.
Josh Hart."
Yeah, because there are other Harts,
And there's
right?
other Joshes.
Is that Kevin Hart you're talking about? Is that,
But talking to him, you wouldn't really say, "Yo, what's up, Josh Hart?"
Well, I
Like,
don't think
you know,
if I
that would
saw
be weird,
Joe
but
Leo, I wouldn't
"Hey,
say,
Bob
"Hi,
Saget."
Joe Leo." Like,
yeah,
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, and I don't know if I'm interviewing Bo Nix, would I always say, "Hey, Bo Nix"?
Hey, Bo Nix.
If I saw Boone Jenner, I don't think I'd be, "Hey, Boone Jenner." I would say, "Hey, Boone."
This really is a bizarre
It is,
conversation.
but there's got to be something that they call it.
Seth Jones.
There's another very good,
right?
Yeah, Seth Jones.
You're not calling him Jones?
No.
Jones with the puck. No, Seth Jones.
Richard in Manhattan, you're on ESPN New York. What's up, Richard?
Fellas, don't forget Babe Ruth and Bart Starr. Now, Philip Rivers, what do we infer from what went on? This was not a publicity stunt.
No.
This was not something that was planned or anything. What it shows me is the NFL is proving games are lost, not won. So the old phrase, quarterback manager, that's what you want, a guy that doesn't lose the game. They knew that this guy would not lose the game. So Jackson Dart, instead of running into linebackers, learned from Philip Rivers, 44 years old, grandfather, 10 kids, gets off the couch, and because he knows the game, it's from the neck up. Now, you're talking about the NBA game tonight. Last night was the game of the year, and you're not talking about it. Denver, Houston, Durant, Sengun, Jamal Murray against Jokic. Jamal Murray and Jokic. It went 9 players out of the 18 played. 18 players played. 9 out of the 18 players played 40 minutes or more. Fellas, in a game 7, you won't see that.
Yeah, that's
Last
pretty
night's game was unbelievable.
But we're going to let you go, Richard, because we're really up against it. Sorry, so we wanted to say goodbye. And if I gave you one more breath, I think we would miss the game. We don't want to see that happen. I said it to you on the text thread when Peter was like, well, listen, Rivers isn't doing anything. I was like, not screwing up is a skill. Is what I text you guys. And I think that's part of it is just like, don't mess it up.
Manage
it's going to be hard
game.
enough to win. Just manage the game. Take what the defense gives you. And all that.
Put your team in a position to win.
And he did that. And unfortunately, they just came up a little short. He'll have a chance to do it again on Sunday. Ty Butler's up next. We'll talk to you again tomorrow at 3.
Health surprises can change your life in an instant. You've seen